H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Great Monday. It's a great day, y'all. Oh my God. March Madness is over. It's April. What you call April? April gladness. It's shout out to everybody. I'm looking at, before I go any further, I'm just looking at the feed. And every day we recognize the first five, we call them the starting five, the first five people that sign up to the feed, either Facebook or YouTube Live. And guess who we have today? Sonia Billingsley, Chris Charles, Rod Wells, Status Moody, Gary Sinclair's in the building, and my sixth woman of the day is Dale Griggs is in the building, and then Jessica Brooks right there behind her. And then, hold on, let me, I have to check for my girls, y'all. Gentlemen, just hold on. Got Jessica in the building. Mate is in the building. I have to check on my girl. Mindy is in the building. Mindy Collins is in the building. Matt is from Atlanta, so I got to recognize him. Matt's in the building. Brandy is in the building. Who else? Brandy Nickerson. Hold on. Trey, what's up, baby? Who else? Let me see. Okay, that's all. That's all right now. Let me tell you something. Great weekend. I know I don't know where to start. Jimmy will be on today, and Chris Walker said he gonna duck his head in because he got to get prepared for the show tonight. They're covering the game tonight. How about those Baylor Bears? How about those the Gonzaga, the Zags, the Bulldogs, Gonzaga Bulldogs. Hey, so let me start this day off right. Yesterday was April 4th, and back in 1968, Martin Luther King was assassinated in my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. He was 39 years old, y'all. And he was assassinated for answering a call to consciousness, for speaking truth to power, for being a drum major for justice, who sought to rid the world of racism, militarism, and poverty. I still miss him, man. I still miss him. And I guess I always will. But do me a favor, y'all, and I just like for us to be conscious of this. Please don't act like everyone loved him then, or authentically honors him today. Okay? Don't act like everybody loved him then and authentically honors him today. He was assassinated. In 1967, man, they had a poll reflected that he was one of the most hated men in America. Most hated. let's not forget that. Many who invoked him today to deter justice would likely have hated him then. And another thing I want to go before we go any further, let's not forget this is the 6th day of the Derek Chauvin trial for murdering George Floyd. But okay, now, okay, y'all, you know I had to go there. Let me see what y'all talking about a little bit on here. But let me, what's going on? Oh, Jimmy, oh my God. Jim, oh, you like that shot, Lonnie? Yeah, man. Yeah, that's close by, Lonnie. Jimmy's in the building, but I did want to. Let me see. Let me go and bring him in, man. Let me get him in. I'm not gonna let him just get on in right now, man. Hold up, Jimmy's still grooving, y'all. From the versus battle last night, he's still grooving. I had people call me. Y'all got to realize, I can't spend 3 hours watching no versus battle. So, but I went back and checked. Look at him, y'all. I went back and looked at bits and pieces of it. But let me tell y'all something. Wasn't just me. Steve Harvey got on my damn nerve last night, Jimmy Hicks. Ron Isley was the man, but Steve Harvey got on my last nerve last night, Jimmy. He get out, trying to be all in the video. Get your man. I wanted to smack. He had on one of them. He tried to have on the hat that what's the D Nice? What's his name? D Nice hat on. I said, man, hold up. But that Ron Isley, man, Jimmy, you got Jimmy. I couldn't find it. Jimmy, I saw the promo where him and Ernie was getting on the private plane. Did you see it? They had a promo. No. Oh, Jimmy, I couldn't find. I'm so mad at myself. You know how you see stuff and I just didn't file it away? Man, they get on the private plane with the mix on, just him and Ernie. And it was just unbelievable, man. But that was great history. Come up a little bit in the screen, Jimmy. You're a little further down. Tilt it a little bit. There you go. Get up there. Yeah, so I can see the shirt. Yeah, man. Come on. But what's up, man? How you doing? I know you're still in Indy. What's going on?
I didn't watch the end. I didn't know it was supposed to be a couple of hours. I thought maybe it was going to be 1 hour. So I got about 45 minutes of it. I saw a couple of people from the Chop Shop on the feed. You know, I don't hardly do on Instagram. I'm going to get my Instagram up, guys. I know. My guy, Matt the Mav Verdon out of Atlanta, he already said, man, y'all just giving it away. Chop Shop got to get more active on IG. RCS Sports got to get more active on IG. I say it's coming, Matt. We gonna get it. Hey, I like that when the young bucks put some fire up on us and tell us we gotta do. We gonna get it. That's all right. You know. Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. Mm-hmm. I hope I haven't read no reports after. I just know what I saw. Uh-huh. That was a great thing. Of course, Steve Harvey. And you probably have to realize, because we already know that from Steve Harvey's performances in his skits, understand he really did idolize.
He loves it. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think most of his talking was favoring them, and it's supposed to have been a little old verses, but he really idolized. So just imagine you in the room with your two idols at the same time, and they get to take a rendezvous through their portfolio, their music portfolio, while you sitting there narrating. Yeah, we know. So I gave Steve a mulligan on that. Yes, he was doing too much, but understand, that stick was lit in his hand. Okay. And them Isley brothers, Ernie was drinking at all.
Ernie stayed, yes.
Ronald and Ernie started getting that all. Then Ronald got his glass and got all up in there. Hey, man. Hey, they was having fun. Now, I hope they did not declare a winner like they do in others. I just hope like hell that it was no matter what, it was considered a draw. And if they did declare a winner, here's my proposal. I'm gonna shoot an email to D Nice today. The winner should get Frankie Beverly and Mays of that one. The winner, that's whoever you think won, should get Frankie Beverly and Mays. We need that.
Jimmy, you know what I'm thinking about.
For Juneteenth, or I got one better than Heather, or On the last day of Essence Festival, right on the stage, they'll do a verses with Frankie Beverly and the winner of this one right here from last night. Matter of fact, who do some of you guys think won last night? If you had to pick a winner, there's only so much I can take.
I mean, that was a great one last night. But Jimmy, I know one person can't nobody match against. I know one person. Now, he might be locked up right now, but we know one person that can't nobody versus against. That's Robert Kelly. Ain't nobody can versus against him. He got too many hits. He done wrote too many hits for everybody. Ain't
nobody gonna get locked up just so they can go versus this dude. Ain't nobody gonna get locked up.
No. I'm just saying, even if they let him out, I don't care where he at. Even if he in jail doing the verses, can't nobody get it. Nobody.
Somebody asked a question. Lil Rick says, so who can Maze and Frankie Beverly face? Okay, we got 2 semifinals. How about this? Maze and Frankie Beverly face the OJs. And let the 2 winners meet up at Essence Festival on the last day, and they stream that joker last day. It'll break the internet. Hey, and guess what? Hal? The NIT does a 3rd place game. We do a 3rd place. So whoever lose between who they think the loser of the Isaac brothers and every winning 5, they will face the loser of Frankie Beverly and the OJ. They do it like that, and it's done.
Jimmy, what I'm thinking about. Yes. See, Frankie just got hit after hit after hit. Like them guys last night had hit after hit after hit. Jimmy, dude, all that's telling me, we got some talented people that we had a chance to watch come through history. We grew up on these days. Hey, but let me tell you something. That Ron Isley, Jimmy, did you see his wife?
No.
Google his wife. Oh my goodness. That's my hero. Google his wife. You talking about daddy old man. The man got I think the man got a 14-year-old son. I think. He got a 14-year-old son, Jim. His first son he had in 1968 or 69. And now he had a son in 2007. Ernie Isley, a bad man. That's all. Dude, I'm not putting that pick up. I didn't. Y'all go Google it your damn self. Hey, man, that man there, he all right with me. That's all I can tell you. Ernie Isley that's my hero now. You're contagious.
They played that one last night?
Yeah, they played everything, man. They played. And then Ernie got a chance. You know what? When I used to go to, I'm serious, I must confess, I used to always go to the Isley Brothers concerts, and they always put them on last. And they're not the greatest entertainers at concerts because they'll put you to sleep a little bit. They let the OJs have been exhausted the crowd, and then by that time, you're ready to go. And then Ernie will sit there and play that guitar all night, and he gonna go crazy on the guitar for about an hour. So they just wasn't the greatest performers, but they had the greatest songs ever. But she looked like his dog. Mindy said she looked like his dog. Jimmy, Ernie Isley all right with me. Wait till you see it. I know you ain't got too many devices going today. You ain't in your office, but yeah. He our hero.
Yeah,
he did good.
Now, of course, we are definitely, guys, and it's a no-lose situation for the state of Texas at the Final Four. With over the weekend, Baylor opened up a can of whoopers on University of Houston, and I went to the game. Of course, I was there. Great seats. And however, it was a big gap between the games. They did a Miley Cyrus concert.
Oh my God.
Which I think they showed it live on one of the networks. But then I was thinking, I'm like, because normally guys at Final Fours, normally it's been a long time since I actually watched both games. Normally, if I does go, because back in the for a nice at least a span of about 10 years or so, we would always watch the Final Four in the suite with George Raveling. And you know, and it was just and I would go to the championship game.
Right.
And so this time, you know, there's no
Network.
Of course, even if it wasn't the pandemic, there's no, you know, Coach George isn't getting on the road. He's, you know, he's not coming to this type of stuff and you know, and stuff. And so I went to the game. And I was thinking there between game, like, man, the next game don't start to like an hour or so. Like, man, but damn, if I go, it's Indiana. It's not like it's
you can leave and go. Oh, that's right. You had a press pass. You can leave and go out.
Come back in.
Yeah.
You can't go come back in. You can't go out and come back in.
Let me see your press pass right quick. Jimmy, show me your press pass right quick. Jimmy, you just wasn't no regular. Jimmy, show me your credentials, man. Hold on.
I'm in the words of Bushwick Bill. This wasn't no ordinary nigga.
Don't let him get the serial numbers off of Jimmy. Just get it to him quick and get it on off there, Jimmy. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Jimmy, you were certified. Jimmy, you were certified to be in that event. Okay. Just in case people, you know, just in case people didn't know, but keep going.
Yeah, I mean, this is from, of course, courtesy of the work that I do seasonal with the Cube TV Houston. So this is, you can't ordinary, you know, this, you have to be on television to get one of these.
Yeah.
And so that's just letting it be known. So some people have ideas now. You
can't slick that one. Yeah, you can't slick that.
Hey, and you know what? It was funny because that gets you all answers. Like, so yesterday I walked in, you know, I guess under courtesy of Chris Walker, they had the CBS headquarters.
Yes.
You know, that's right across the street from the pavilion, which is 1 block from the Lucas Oil Arena. And I went and I just walked through there, strolled through there. And, you know, remember, it's the CBS headquarters. And so I got a chance, and as I was walking in, I see Avery Johnson. He was in there getting ready to go on set yesterday. And me and Avery talked a long time. And we're going to get his son on the Chop Shop within the next week. Look, I asked, you know, how's little Avery doing? You know, Avery Johnson Jr. And he explained what Avery is doing now is really something that a lot of young people can capitalize on that love the sport of basketball. That a lot of guys, this is another window that has opened up for a lot of guys who just you know, just can't, has an alternative for playing the game when the ball stops bouncing. He says that Lil Avery has about 4 or 5 clients and he is making 6 digits.
Doing what?
In the marketing phase.
Okay.
Marketing pro athletes. So it's marketing and social media and Lil Avery, we'll get him on. He's like, man, that'd be great. Yeah. Jimmy, that'd be great, man.
I got Lil Avery number. I didn't know he was doing that, but we don't even have to talk to the dad. I got his number.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean, he was so happy, you know, for his son. And I got a chance to talk with him.
And his daughter, did you ask about his daughter? His daughter's doing pretty big things too.
Really?
Yes. She went to, I think, Princeton. She went to one of them islands. All of them in that same little group, Jimmy, in that same little group, man. These young, I told y'all, these young people, y'all done mess around and woke up y'all done messed with the wrong generation. I keep telling you, Jimmy, we done messed with the wrong generation. These young kids is getting it in.
There definitely is. And so now back to the game. The first game. Let's just go through that one. Baylor, of course, you know, manhandled U of H. And a lot of people were disappointed with Houston. But my thing is, guys, if you watch that game, there was not much that any college program could have done. No. The way that Baylor was clicking. Yes. And the energy that they were playing when they went in that spurt and hit those shots and went on that run and the first half. If that same Baylor team shows up tonight, is nothing that Gonzaga going to be able to do.
Right. You're right.
Nothing they're going to be able to do. Now, the thing now, as far as the University of Houston, is now that was the Baylor aspect of it. For as University of Houston on there, I'm talking about.
Can I give you a little bit more on Baylor? Let me give you a little footnote and let people help you out. Then it's going to tie right into what you're about to say. Baylor scored 1.34 points per possession in other night game against Houston. That's the second most the Cougars have allowed under Kevin Sampson, and the most since January 2017 against SMU per KenPom thing. People don't score like that on Houston. And I just wanted to add that people don't score like that on Houston. But go on, finish.
And the thing is, with U of H is, if nothing they could have done defensively, but it is something they could have done offensively. That's the thing. That's where the problem dwelled as far as University of Houston the other night. They were down by 25 points at the half, guys, 45-20. Nobody, only one player, I think it was Giroux, had made a field goal aside from Sasser in the first half. Yeah. Sasser had 15. He had 15 points, 17 points in the first half. Giroux had, I think, 2, and then somebody else had 1 or something like that. Anyway,
my young fella didn't show up. They neutralized my young fella.
Which one?
Quinn Grimes.
Well, you just call him a young fellow.
Well, he's still young. I mean,
young to me.
Young to me. Okay.
But yes, understand. Quinn Grimes 1 for 8 from 3-point line.
Yeah.
And this was a situation where they needed more from Giroux, which they had been getting from Giroux. Remember, Giroux has been flirting with like double-digit points, maybe 6-7 rebounds, maybe 6-7 assists. Yeah. He's been flirting with that triple-double for most games down the stretch. Giroux finished with 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He's the leader, and 5 turnovers. He's the leader of this team. He's the leader. And Quinn Grimes is you understand, he's the leading scorer on this team, but Giroux orchestrates everything. If you watch the Cougars play, everybody responds to him. He's the leader. He gets in guys, he motivates them on the floor. And those two, there's no way that without two. Now, of course, Quinn Grimes finished with 13 points, and most of that came, all of that came in the second half when the game was far well within garbage time. But the thing is, in this particular game, it was, credit goes to Baylor. The better players performed better when it mattered the most. The better team won on that particular day. And I said it before. What would you ever rather? If you're a Cougar fan, would you rather to be in a situation like UCLA? Or would you rather lose like that? If you're gonna lose, I'd rather you just knock me out. Put me to sleep. Debo me.
You know what was so interesting about Baylor to me? I remember people used to tell me Scott Drew can't coach. He went from and then I thought about it because I used to hear that, Jimmy. Scott Drew can't coach. Scott Drew can't coach. I said, okay, because I didn't know him. I wasn't around the program as much. But then I look, he went from a 1-3-1 zone because I used to always talk about he played zone 1-3, and now he got to switch it man to man. That's just and I'm watching him, Jimmy, and I was listening to people, and I was just showing how he minimizes his weaknesses. He got those big guys who can't score a lick, but he got them. He put them in these little middle ball screens, Jimmy, and they throw lobs to him, and they just dunking on people's head. And I looked at this game, and I watched this game, and I watched Baylor. You think you ain't about I watched Jimmy, and I was telling a friend of mine last night. In this game tonight, those guys are going to, because they're going to switch everything. So you're going to be taken out of your regular actions, Jimmy. So now it's going to become, is my guy can beat your guy. If my guy can beat your guy, if it's Kesper. And then I look at Gonzaga, Jimmy, and Corey Kesper. Jimmy, he hitting 50%, because they talking about Gonzaga's a great shooting, three-point shooting team. He hitting 40%. The rest of the perimeter players, they shooting 28% in this tournament. So, I mean, it's just this gonna be a great man. I'm just sitting there. People thinking Gonzaga just going. I just don't think Gonzaga just finna run over Baylor like that. I'm just telling you. I think Baylor beat them by 10. That's just my opinion.
Let me tell you what I did find out was the Baylor Bear players, while they were watching this game back at the hotel, they wanted Gonzaga to win.
Yes, sir.
For more reasons, for personal reasons. Understand, Baylor and Gonzaga were supposed to have played on December the 5th.
Yes.
It's April the 5th.
Jim, think about what. Say that again, Jim. I got something else for you, Jimmy. They were supposed to play in that same arena. That was the neutral site they were supposed to play in on December the 5th.
December the 5th.
Yes.
And this Baylor team would have felt, this is coming from Baylor, talk with the coaches, if UCLA had won that game and then Baylor go and had defeated UCLA, won the championship, that would still be a feeling of incompleteness, because they know that they can tell by some of the narratives that people putting out, well, look at the road that Baylor had to travel. It wasn't the same as Gonzaga. They didn't beat the best. So, Gonzaga, and it would have been something. This way is winner take all. And there is no such thing as a bad game in the big game. Rest assured, somebody tonight is going to choke or do a rendition of a choke. Who it will be, we will see later on. Somebody is going to lay something similar to an egg tonight. I hope
Why
not,
you say that?
But
it wasn't an egg laid in the games over the weekend, was it? Why it's got to be an egg laid tonight? Why can't somebody be heroic tonight instead of laying an egg?
Because
I think somebody gonna be heroic tonight. But keep going.
Somebody did lay something close to an egg the other night.
Who? Quentin Grimes?
Jerome.
Okay.
I just gave you his numbers and Quentin Grimes in the first half.
Okay.
The second half, see the second half of that U of H game is very, very misleading, because it was garbage time.
Yes.
It was basically garbage time.
Yes.
The whole scout wasn't implemented anymore after the first TV time out in the second half. It was more so just clock management for the winning team. Get up into the clock, do your thing, get some other players in. Hell, remember the big fella didn't even start the second half for Baylor. He started the second half riding the bicycle on the bench. They were getting some other guys in, early on, I mean, so this thing right here, understand something, guys. Be real about this. Gonzaga has two white players that have captivated the hearts of the majority of the population. That are right. So understand. Let's say if this were hockey, and there were two black players that help guide their team to the national championship game, and they look like you. Would you give an extra root for those two black players? And people say, well, man, you put race into it. No, you're just putting reality into it. Yes, you would. In most cases, you would give a root for that guy. Don't even know him. Well, that's what's happening tonight. That's Gonzaga. So guess what? You have people going to root along those lines. I had a guy, 2 days ago, I rode through one of the hotels, and I was just checking some of the T-shirts and stuff out, and because I always wait till the day after the Final Four, because they cut it all on half price.
Sometimes they do.
Sale. You just got to find the right one.
Suggs ain't white. We're talking about, she said, wait, Suggs is white. No, she's talking about Cody Kispert and Drew Timme. Come on, follow us here. Watch the game a little bit, but keep going, Jimmy.
and understand. So, and I rode through the hotel, and I asked the guy, and he was like, where you know, simple stuff. Where you from? Where you rooting for?" And I explained to him, "I'm rooting for Texas." And I say, so I'm just looking at some of the stuff, and I get the shirts late. I got a lid from him, which I like this lid right here. Now, I tell the guy, I say, "Well, who you rooting for?" He say, "Well, you know, I think it's pretty interesting, but I'm rooting for Gonzaga." I say, "Okay, why?" "Well, because what did he say? Because of his religion. I think he said I'm Catholic or something, a Presbyterian. He said whatever Gonzaga is, that's why he's rooting for him." So people if you can go that simple, and it can sway you to root for the team, and you had 4 options. Think about it. So why couldn't the guy? And I didn't have time. I would have asked him, "You mean to tell me those 2 white guys on that team doesn't have nothing to do with it?" And he probably would have started laughing.
Jimmy. I mean, I think that's okay. I mean, I think
that's okay. I don't have no problem with that at all.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see what people that say, some people it's taboo because some people say, "Shh, man, why are you saying that?" Like, no, it's the truth. I just gave you the reverse example. Once again, I gave an analogy about if this was hockey, and there were 2 hockey players on that team that were of the top 3 players, 2 of them have to be black. Would you probably be more prone to root for that team when you have no dog in the fight? You probably root for that team. We do it all the time. Think about it. We had people. There were some football games this past year. You picked the team because you like they had a black coach.
Yeah, that's why I said it's okay.
Some teams we root for because they have a black quarterback. But then we can't be. We unapologetically. But then we want them to be apologizing.
No, I don't want them. I don't want them to apologize for who they vote. I'm just saying it's okay. If that's who they like, that's who they like. That's not me. Because I'm voting for who I like and who I identify with. And I identify with Baylor. I don't care what team went against Gonzaga. I just don't like Gonzaga. So guess what? I will never cheer for them. I love Jalen Suggs. I'm going to show you how much I love Jalen Suggs. Hold on. And by the way, y'all, Jalen Suggs was a top football player. He was Mr. Basketball. Let me show you. I'm going to show you how much I like Jalen Suggs.
Trips left. He rolls to the left. Stops. Sets. Now he's going to run out of trouble. Cuts back inside. He's got room to the 20. Breaks a tackle at the 15. He will score. Suggs. Rolling, drifting right, now sets, now throws deep down the middle, wobbly pass, caught!
Jimmy, that's how much I like Jalen Suggs. So let's keep on. I like Jalen Suggs, but Mr. Basketball and Mr. Football in the state of Minnesota, and I'm glad he chose basketball. But Jimmy, let's go there, since we're there. Jimmy, that play this boy made, that block. Did you jump up? What did you do? That block. I ain't talking about the shot at the end of it. That block and that pass.
At the time on that block, at the time, because in real time, you're watching it, and you didn't know if it was a foul or not. Mm-hmm. You know, because it like that until you go look at the replay. But at the time, you're like, ooh, man, the referee didn't call no foul because the boy hit the floor kind of hard. You know, like it was a nice bam, you know, hit that floor. And I'm saying in real time, you didn't know. It looked like, what? That wasn't no contact. Then you look back and it's like, oh man. But the pass, the cross the body right-handed bounce pass that led to Drew Timme punching home that dunk. That's something that translates over. If you understand just how gifted you have to be to convert that pass.
Can I show it to him right quick, Jimmy? Jim, can I show it to him right quick? I'm going to unmute it so you can talk over it if you want to. Hold on.
Campbell.
Nice. Now, here's the block right here. The left-handed block. Now, watch the right-handed pass right there. That's pass in rhythm.
Gives the Zags the lead. How about Suggs stepping up?
And understand, and Alan, run that back.
Okay.
So they can see. Look at what Drew Timme is. Look at
he just took off running.
He's going.
Yeah.
He was going. And that's how you ignite that break. That's the now. Now, one of the things, the transition opportunity. If you notice, like UCLA, Nick constantly told his team and his point guard Tiger, you would see him if you were watching, he would be like this. When they get a possession, slow it down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a big difference. And understand, it worked for UCLA because they were able to control tempo for most of the game. And that was the option and part of the scout they choose to do. They didn't even take advantage of the transition opportunities that they could have had. They meaning UCLA. Baylor is not going to tell his players on a routine, slow it down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That ain't happening.
Who? Scott Drew.
For Baylor.
Oh, it ain't happening. No, hell
that
no.
Ain't happening.
Hell no.
That is not going to happen. That's something that basically why UCLA walked the ball up the court virtually every time, almost every other possession, it was a walking on up.
Jimmy, is it safe to say, Jimmy, is it safe to say, because people talking about what and what not a block, he interfered with the play and got the guy that missed the damn layup. So whatever it was a block or not, Herb and Corey, if it was a block or not, he interfered with the play. The dude missed the layup or the dunk, and he made the play on the other end. That's all we talking about, block or not. So what? So what if it wasn't a block? All you want, he got the desire, what they call it, the desired result. The guy missed the gimme, and he went the other A and dimed that thing off, Jimmy. Well, people get to the, well, it wasn't a block. He hit him on the arm. He hit him on. Great play, Jalen Suggs. Keep on, Jimmy.
Was it a goaltending?
Not to me. Because you're supposed to put that little guard in the rim, Cody Riley. What his name, Riley? Last name,
Riley.
Right, put the dude in the rim. He should have got his arm broke for
let's
jumping up
see the
there.
Video one more time. I didn't notice about the part about him going out of bounds and coming back in. Now
I saw that. Yeah, here you go.
Nice pass to Riley. What a block by Suggs. Oh my gosh, fantastic! What a pass!
Hold up.
Timmy gives the Zags the lead.
I had you muted, Jimmy. Say something. Say it again.
Yeah, so indeed, Suggs did go out of bounds and was 2 feet out of bounds.
That's all right, but he got two back in before he did it.
He can't be the first to touch the ball.
2 feet back in, Jimmy. Ain't nobody got to touch the ball. Hey, you said they got that ass whooped. That's all. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Do y'all know how good of a play that was? Instead of minimizing what that boy did, he said, I'm not going to give up on the play. Then he said, okay, y'all playing around? And Jimmy, wait till I show you some on the last second shot, Jimmy, how UCLA just casually trotted their ass back and nobody turned him at least one time. Wait till y'all see that. When you went to get the top, I said, "Wait a minute."
Tiger was right there. UCLA had basically gave up on the play, thinking that there was no way he was going to make that shot, and that was something. Once again, things like that you won't see with just Baylor team.
Check this out, Jimmy. Check this out, Jimmy. You call who you said Tiger number 4. Yeah. I blame number 4. Whoever number 4 is, watch how casually his ass just tried it back.
I'm gonna watch Tiger though. Tiger could have just jumped at him and he would have changed direction.
Okay. Him number 4. I'm finna show it to you. Watch. We finna
the look you wanted. Absolutely.
Watch
Good
this.
job screening.
Watch this.
Bruins with a shot.
All right. Let's watch number 4. What number 4 is? Right there. Right there. He out there trying. Watch how close he is. Watch how close he is. Look where he is. And he just went back and just got in the middle of nowhere and trotted his little ass back. And he had a chance to stop. Look how close he was. I'm going to show it one more time. Look how close he was, number 4. How close he was to number 1, to Suggs. So Suggs guarding him. Okay? So what? Look how close. Where he at? He should have just stayed there.
Has time to do something. Suggs for the win.
couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that. But guess what? And when you're caught up in the game, I mean, I can see it now, but me, 3 seconds left, man, I'm finna get up in you. I'm finna get up in you, man. I'm not finna let you just dribble up there and Stephon Curry. Me. And he did. Wow. I love Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs remind me, and y'all got to say, he got a little Jason Kidd in him, Jimmy. He got a little that Jason Kidd in him, Jimmy. I'm telling you. He got a little Jason Kidd in him. What else you got, Jim?
Well, one thing about it tonight, once again, one of the most anticipated championships in NCAA history will take place tonight. And it's fitting. There's nothing else going on. The whole sports world may as well stop. I'm telling you, this game, all it has to do is just halfway live up to the hype. Meaning that give us a first half, give us a reason to not turn the channel at halftime. Man, you think about it, like U of H and Baylor, you had a reason to go. You had a reason to go watch many things else at halftime of that game, 45-20. This game, all it has to do is just give us a reason to want to go pop a sack of popcorn at halftime, to want to go and just cook something else, make another batch of nachos, do whatever you're going. This game has a chance because you know why? The girls' game was watching. They had excitement from beginning to end. And they can't wait to push the narrative how their Final Four was so much greater and has closed the gap. And this is the day, which is great.
They supposed to.
But not at the expense of trying to deflate men's basketball.
No, Jimmy, no, they ain't trying to deflate them, Jimmy. No. They just trying to say, look here. Look at us two. Jimmy, that was misogynistic there. I haven't heard the women say, forget the men. They just
they're not saying forget the men. They're saying our game, look at our Final Four, look at our March Madness. We giving you excitement. You falling asleep over at that one over there. That's what I'm hearing. No. So that means you're saying what that one over there you're talking about. I mean, you're talking about the
everybody didn't say that. Everybody didn't say that. I just think
everybody didn't say that, but that is a narrative that's pushing through.
Jimmy, the women's game, this Final Four, I guess you got to realize I'm a guy who I haven't seen the other women's Final Four. I ain't going to tell you no lie. I ain't played. I told y'all the other day, D.D. Richards got me to play watching women's basketball this year. I used to tell you, Jimmy, I don't want to go see that mess. I don't want to. People talking about Trey Phillips said, how to give it a chance. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. D.D. Richards getting hurt changed that thing around for me. Jimmy, these women's games has been so exciting. These women games had Russell Wilson and Sierra at the games. I ain't seen nobody. I ain't seen but Jalen Rose at the men game. So, of course, these women saying, I got a superior product here, and you treat me like a stepchild. I ain't no stepchild no more. And I respect that, Jimmy. I respect it. And guess what? Gonzaga came back last night and said, hey, and UCLA came back and said, how you like me now? And I think that's great. Touche. But I don't think the women just saying, hey, man, it's all right to come over here and watch that. If Robert Hatter can watch him, and I'm going to support, next year, and Adia Barnes, Jimmy, we got to go to a break. But during this break, I want to play y'all something that the coach, that ain't damn man coach going to ever have to go through. Let me show y'all some during the break. At the end of the break, I'm gonna play a insert from Adia Barnes. It's going to be unbelievable. Chop Shop, we'll be back in a minute. Got a new commercial for you. Here we go. Watch this.
The Cox Prater Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW.
representation matters, opportunities matter, and when we're given opportunity, we can flourish. I was given an opportunity by an AD that believed in a young coach that had only been coaching 5 years. And this is only my 5th year as a head coach. I was a 5-year assistant, a 13-year pro, and now this is my 5th year as a head coach. But someone believed in me and saw something in me that maybe I didn't even see in myself at the time. So we're not just recruiters. We can recruit, but we're not only recruiters. So don't allow yourself as a female, as a black female, to be pigeonholed into one thing. Learn, work on your trade, study, pull someone else along as a woman of color, and aspire big and do big things, and don't let yourself be pigeonholed in one thing. Because I think given the opportunities, we can definitely flourish. And also, as a former WNBA player, work hard, like you worked on your game and you worked all those years to be pro. Work to be better. And when we're given the opportunity, we have to be successful. Because I know the reality is, as a black female, if I get fired, I probably will not be recycled. And that's the facts, and that's what happens in this profession. Most black women do not, if you look around the country, they do not get a second opportunity. And that's unfortunate. So I think that people like me with a voice, Dawn, who I look up to and I just respect more than anybody, we give people opportunities because a lot of other people do. So reach for the sky, don't settle. And you can be a woman of color and be a head coach at a big Power 5 job.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks. We had a little fun in the green room when we were off the air, but man, that was amazing. I know you men, Jimmy, ain't no man I know gonna go and got the pump they press at halftime and make sure baby has some. She was late coming out, Jimmy, because everybody said where she was. She was back there pumped. Let me tell you something. These women, man, Trey Phillips, whatever you need me for on the girls' side to come do anything, to come speak, I'm there. I am a change man. When you know better, you do better. I am going to support these women's basketball. I ain't saying they got to be like the men. I ain't saying they got to be, but let me tell you something. I'm going to watch them. And matter of fact, somebody called me this morning and said, Hatter, you got me watching women's basketball now for talking about it on the Chop Shop. That's all we got to do, man. Jimmy, come up a little bit in the screen a little bit. You're a little butt down. But I see you got your Final Four hat on. Yeah. Don't bring me one back. I know you're going to get it after it's over with so it can be half price off. I know you're going to give me one of them half price, one of them picked over ones. But what else going on, man?
Well, of course, in the NCAA news, also, what's missing down here is the manner of which a lot of news would break or transpire, because college coaches would normally convene and you would get all type of stuff in the hotel lobbies, sipping one or two here and there. So now you got to pretty much get it out the mud. But one story that had definitely had people talking over the weekend was the fact that John Brennan was placed on administrative leave at Cincinnati, the head coach. And this situation, basically the decision was made by the university to put him on paid leave. Now, this is after a number of players decided to enter the transfer portal, a la Wichita State a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where if there's a lot of kids from any particular team that goes into the portal, that normally triggers a red flag, because you want to know why. Because you spent resources of the school to recruit said players. Therefore, administration would want to know what the hell is going on with all of these kids all of a sudden wanting to go, including freshmen. Mm-hmm. So now this thing has gotten really ugly because the attorney of Coach Brennan has gotten involved, and he's been speaking publicly, making comments about, look, you're going to, about the buyout and what he's owed and this and that. So now the question is, could this be a point of no return for John Brennan and his career as a head coach of Cincinnati? This is one situation to keep your eye on. Also, Porter Moser has been named the head coach at Oklahoma. Porter helped guide University of Illinois, Loyola Chicago to the, through the March Madness and captivated your hearts, and with him and Sister Jean being the signature face of the program. Well, that era has come to an end as far as under the guidance of Porter Moser. And this is what happens. You want this attention. The program, Loyola, you got that attention. And as a result of getting that attention, your head coach is gone now. So now you got to replace him, and it's not likely to duplicate the same results. Just like Butler is not likely to duplicate the same results when their head coach was plucked away by the NBA a couple of years ago. Brad Stevens. Mm-hmm. And you see, understand, this is what the big fish will continue to eat the little fish. This is how, when you have so much success, that's like, let's say, Oral Roberts. They captivated the hearts of many going 2-3 rounds deep into the NCAA tournament. Guess what? If Oral Roberts was to even sniff this type of success next season, guess what's going to happen to Paul Gomes? Like a what?
Turkey through the cone.
I mean, so you guys see what happens?
Yeah. I mean,
you see what happens.
If coaches leave, the coaches leave.
It's understandable. Yes. But then here's the play. For you parents that you using the coach as the deal breaker to whom you send your sons to. Look at how fast they will leave your son's ass sitting in that dorm room, and in the middle of the night, they'll have a meeting with them going into the midnight hour, team meeting. Here's what the deal is, guys. I'm gone. Y'all on your own. See you when I see you. And it's unethical for a coach to leave a program and have, or even persuade a player to follow him. That's one of those, that's kind of like a no-no in the business.
Yeah. But it happens.
So, it happens.
But it's taboo.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Because that's a kiss of death, because ADs would give it to other ADs and they say, now you're messing up. You're messing up with when you try to move around. ADs will have circles, just like high school coaches have. I mean, college coaches have circles.
Great point.
Once your ass get that jacket on your back, then you're gonna. It's just a matter of time. The matter of time. So,
Jim, did they mention anything about but go on, finish, because I want to see, did they mention anything about the East Tennessee State thing where you was up there? But keep going.
But the East Tennessee State thing has just been kind of calm waters right now. Mm-hmm. And a lot of players, of course, rightly so, half the team is entered the portal.
Yes.
So now how you respond is, for people that, this is my take on that. Mm-hmm. For people, coaches, college coaches out there who really felt some kind of way as a result of East Tennessee State firing their head coach after taking a stance and supporting the members of his team in supporting their beliefs, a stance against social injustices, not against a damn flag, against social injustices.
Absolutely.
So if you feel that some kind of way, here's what all you have to do. It's simple. Bring one of those transfers in. Give them refuge in your program. That way those young men would not feel that they took a stance. They left a scholarship and free money on the table. And they're taking a stance by leaving. Well, hell, for them to leave, if one of those young men is at the same level or can play at your program for little or nothing, then college coaches who felt some kind of way, that's how you support that. You go get that head coach who got fired. You go bring him on your bench. That's how you support that. And then people, especially Black people, that should not be an option. That should be one school that should not be an option no time soon. Now, what they're gonna do if they're smart, they're gonna try to. Well, they've already got a replacement coach already, and I think, don't they?
I don't know.
East Tennessee State.
I haven't kept up with it.
Look, they're smart. They'll go find a brother and put him in there because that way it's the only way they can stop the bleeding right now. And that still ain't guaranteed to do so. But that's how. Think about it. That's the sacrifice. If somebody's not going, it's like it goes all the way back parallel to the civil rights movement. If we're boycotting the bus, then damn it, give me a ride if you got a car. Let's carpool. Let's get this system in place. You promoting these guys and you applaud, hey man, good stands. I'll lead at school too. Okay, and go where? These
I
were
think Matt
scholarship
said
players.
Desmond Oliver. Desmond Oliver sounds like a black name.
Oh, the Dez. So Dez got the job?
Yeah, from Tennessee.
Or Matt, did Dez get the job, or is you just nominating Dez?
Oh, okay.
I haven't
Yeah.
spoken.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I know Dez.
Oh, they
But
just hired
this is
him.
how you
They just
started,
hired.
and
Walter Yates said they just hired him.
they just
But
hired
I don't
Dez.
believe Walter
I've been
Yates.
knowing
though.
Dez for a long time, and I just called it. I said it's a smart move. That's how they play the
Yeah.
game. So now they're gonna hire a brother. So now you can't boycott them.
Hey,
You see?
look, I'm looking at Darryl Bonds. Darryl Bonds, there's no need for you to try to one up me on racism. I just said, I told you, yes, Johnson City, Tennessee is racist. Okay, I understand that. I'm from Tennessee. It's still it's a red state also. There's no need for you to one up me on this. I just told you about the problems that I had when I went to Lubbock. And I said I'd never go back to Lubbock because of the problem. You can't one-up me. Yes, Tennessee is racist. Yes, it is. Texas is too. So in your haste to try to minimize the trauma that I felt in Lubbock, it ain't gonna work, brother. I'm just letting you know it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You don't have to one-up me on that one. Yes, both of them racist. That better? All right. What else you got, Jim? Yeah.
Both of them great.
Yeah, both of them.
So we were talking about the Cincinnati and the East Tennessee job. Hopefully, you guys now, like I said, I know Dez. He used to be assistant coach at Georgia back in the days. We've always been in contact with him. He's a good, articulate brother that deserves. He's long deserved a head a gig. So shout out to Dez on that. But still
what? You wouldn't send that Jimmy, the governor, Jimmy. Tennessee, Jimmy. I mean, just like Texas. Just like Texas.
You gotta have some. Guess what? There's got to be some form of punishment. Some form of until you have the administration has still not said their stance is still gonna be the same. How do you realize they took these coaches' cars in the middle of the season? This is unheard of. They took most college staff, guys, in case you don't know, most college coaching staffs have a deal with one of the local dealerships. They will supply them with the 0% deferred lease of a vehicle. That's how they write it up. They'll write it up where it's a lease, but you don't have to pay nothing until 2 years from now. So you drive the car for 1 year, you go and you swap it out there, redo the lease, and that means you never owe nothing. So in this situation, after the coaches made the stands, the dealership called them to bring their vehicles in, turn them in, those vehicles in the middle of the season. And so once again, those dealerships still gonna feel the same way. What do you think a dealership is gonna tell? What do you think they're telling Dez Oliver up on getting this job? All right, we gave you this job now. You know what you can't. You know what now? If you want these cars, you know what you got to do. Somebody's gonna say that or gonna mean that to Dez, and I'm gonna talk to Dez this week, and I'm gonna ask him myself. Dez, did they tell you that? He'll tell me.
Jim, they got something to do. They asked the senator What are you wearing the black players? They asked the senator of Tennessee, that part of Tennessee. See, Memphis on this side, Jimmy, way on that other side by Knoxville and all of that, Jimmy. That's a whole, I ain't never been over there, Jimmy. I'm going to just tell you, I fly over there. But Jimmy, the man said, they asked the man, are you worried the black players won't come to Tennessee? He said, why don't you go talk to the players about why they kneeling? This is what the senator said. So the senator put heat on the car dealership, man. Jimmy, the senators gonna put heat on them dudes, man. Dude, that's a bad situation, man. My son ain't going to East Center, Tennessee State. my son ain't going. My nephew, whoever. I ain't never came on this show and said, hey, y'all, East Tennessee State's a great place for me. Hell no, I ain't never said. And guess what? Thank you for showing, Jimmy, these people just pulling the scale. All you doing now, man, you remember I told y'all a long time ago, I'm not mad at Donald Trump. I'm sitting here trying to look at the 74 million who voted for him. The 60 million, whatever, the 60 million. That's who we got to work. Because guess what? They might be living next door to you. They might be your doctor when you going to the doctor. They might be that doctor on the operating table when your black ass come through that emergency room door. Dude, I'm not surprised at this, man. But Jimmy, somebody was smart enough to say, whoa, we got to hire a black coach right now. Somebody was smart enough to even do that quickly.
Well, that was a no-brainer. They're smart. And that's normally the play. Kind of like a card. That's normally the play. That's kind of like playing spades or bid whist. You got an ace and a queen, you're gonna skate with the queen. That's the play. That's if the deal come from that other side, to your right, you're gonna skate with the queen and see if that guy got the king or not. That's the normal play when for college just to use when a situation like this, so it should be expected. Now your reaction to their action is going to be what? And guess what? and we guys got to let Dez Oliver is going to get players. Dez Oliver is going to get some black players. But Dez Oliver, if you are consciously aware and this situation affected you from East Tennessee State, then you would be so hypocritical to put your kid in that situation.
He ain't got no power, Jimmy.
No. The administration has already made their stance, Adam. So if you putting your kid there, if you so-called woke and you sending your kid there right now, that means now you don't even sit this one out. Don't even talk to me. That's what I'm saying right now.
Who you talking about? You talking about the AAU guy or somebody who's sending their kid?
Yes. Okay. Persons of influence.
Okay. I got you.
You call yourself woke, and you feel some kind of way about it, and you still gonna
Jimmy. Jimmy, this man said, why don't you tell the players about our kneeling? Unbelievable.
Now,
it's grown ass man, man.
Something else. And speaking of something else, we're getting into this portion, and we're talking some politics in sports. Of course, the Major League Baseball has announced that they're stripping the state of Georgia from hosting the All-Star game. So I don't think they have disclosed where it would be, I don't think, but it won't be in Georgia. So as a result, once again, politicians have submerged themselves into the equation, and now they've started to strike back. And all you do is just pay attention to how they are moving. It's transparent.
Jimmy, why did I tell everybody for the last 4 years how important it is to vote down ballot? The people who making these decisions are those, not the presidential election people. It's the off years that we didn't go vote. And now all of these clowns in power, that could have, if we had been more conscious, Jimmy, some of these clowns could have got voted out of power. All y'all got to do is take a role. These are elected officials that's supposed to represent you and where you live. We already know Governor Kemp, the one in Atlanta, he was the Secretary of State, Jimmy. He was over the election board. He purged the rolls of 350,000 black voters right before he started running for governor. And guess what? And Stacey Abrams lost by 50,000 votes to this guy. That's what activated her activism right now. Jimmy, this is what we got to understand. We can sit here and complain. Vote his ass out. All of these guys, Kemp, Jimmy, you know they talk about the voter suppression laws and stuff. Guess what we got to do? Okay, if that's a law, let's make sure we are, hold on, Jimmy. Make sure we got our voter IDs. Make sure we don't do nothing to get nobody in line. Make sure we get in line. Jimmy, what they did, Jimmy, and this is why they make the rules about the pizza in line and water in line. Jimmy, they cut down the voting, the polls in the black community. So the black people had to go out to the white community, and the lines were super duper long. The people were waiting in them lines, and and people was come by serving them pizza and stuff in it. They said, no, that ain't happening no more. Those people are trying to get y'all to stop voting. And let me show you something, Jimmy. It's presidents till the Major League Baseball. You remember they moved the All-Star game from Charlotte. Remember they moved the All-Star game from Charlotte because of the bathroom issue. Talking about the men who said that women can go in. They had a bathroom issue back then. That's why politics, y'all, I know y'all don't like to get in politics, but guess what? They are show into you. Let me repeat that. I know you don't like to get in politics, but it's gonna affect you every single day. Every single day. And guess what? Texas is next. Texas is next because they know Stacey Abrams. Jimmy, just 2 weeks ago, that Black Voters Matters bus was campaigning all through Texas a couple of weeks ago. So Texas is next, man. It's Tennessee is probably on the books now. But we got to wake up and vote, man. To all of you people talking about, well, voting don't matter. They're going to do what the hell they want to. Yes, cause the people like you. But keep going, Jim.
Well, one of the ways that some of the Republican lawmakers have responded in a couple of ways in recent days. One is one of the lawmakers went and pushed back against Coca-Cola.
Yes.
And made a motion not a motion legal on the court doc, but made a plea to remove all of the Coca-Cola syrup and products from the Republicans that his offices. That's one. So they're trying to push back against the corporations who are based in Georgia and have economic impact, like a Delta who's headquartered in Atlanta, and a Coca-Cola who's headquartered in Atlanta, and amongst other companies. Well, just yesterday, the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, has joined into the stance, and Greg Abbott now has declined to throw the opening pitch for the Texas Rangers baseball game.
Good.
And it even went further, right? This was and understand, this was just today he just announced this. The home opener, right, for the Texas Rangers, he just removed himself and says and I'll quote the governor in this. He says he would not participate in an event held by Major League Baseball, and the state of Texas will not seek to host the All-Star game or any other Major League Baseball special events.
Good.
This is a statement today within the past hour from the governor of Texas. So you
Vote
see once
his
again,
ass out, Jimmy. Just like I said a minute ago, y'all got to get there and that these guys who are supposed to represent Texas. He's not representing me, and he's probably not representing nobody on this. It might be a few of y'all on there, but he might not be representing nobody on this feed. Y'all, this how important this stuff is. This how important it is, Jimmy.
And I want to add something else. Understand? Remember now, the Texas Rangers in his state of Texas, despite the rising numbers in COVID, they were encouraged by this governor a couple of weeks ago to their home openers will be the only Major League Baseball stadium that will allow a full crowd capacity to attend. That game today will have a full capacity crowd at the Globe Life Field, which is a wonderful facility. Great. But understand, a super spreader event is about to take place. And this man, you just pay attention.
I'm paying attention. Let's vote.
Last night in the lobby of the hotel, I'm waiting on the Uber last night. It was a family with Baylor product on walking through the lobby. Right? I'm talking about like husband, wife, I assume husband and wife, and had like 3 or 4 little kids with them, right? You know, little kids, like sub-teenager kids. And they walking around. And as they walked by me, one of the kids said to the other one, like, why everybody, everywhere we go, everybody wearing the mask? These are little white kids. Everybody wearing the mask. Why everybody got to, you know, and you could tell what he said, like, why everybody wearing the mask? Why they got to wear? You got your mask on, like teasing, like, in other words,
their family, they've been taught that way, Jimmy. That's what they've been taught at home.
Neither one of the parents didn't flinch. They didn't say a word. And I'm like, wow. So this is, understand.
Can we welcome Chris Walker on the screen? He's on the screen.
And yeah, that's right. On the screen, we got joining us right now, guys. You see, we got
a celebrity on the screen.
CBS headquarters this past weekend. I'm looking around. Don't nobody in there know Chris Walker. I said, where's Chris Walker?
Stop it. They know tight bridges. They know tight. They know tight.
Stop it.
Chris was staying live. He's live in New York City, stayed on location with his promotion, and he's joining us right now on the Chop Shop with some update. But you're hearing, of course, college coaching, college NCAA news we're talking about, and a variety of topics, and that's happening. Of course, shout out, before we forget, shout out to Alvin Brooks Jr.
Yes,
and he will. He's embarking on his new journey or his new career bucket list job as the head coach at Lamar University. Shout out to him. Coach Brooks, their press conference will be in Beaumont Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. So if you live in the Beaumont area, that press conference will be Wednesday, 10 a.m. And I'm going to call it right now, Chris. You know, I'm expecting for Baylor to win this game tonight. I'm expecting Alvin Brooks III to get on the plane when they go back to Waco on Tuesday. And I'm expecting him to join that night and get up Wednesday morning and drive and join his daddy at Lamar. Not as a coach, but in the capacity of a son supporting his pops in this position. Now, meanwhile, your thoughts, Chris, on this gig, and what you give us some of the stuff that you're hearing for his coaching jobs and rumors and you know that's going around the country right now.
I mean, I don't know how much Odyssey crazy. I don't know how much news I have, Jimmy, because you're the number one info source, as they say. Obviously, the Texas Tech job is open. Looks like that's coming down to Darvin Ham and Greg Adams, who was there. Is it Greg Adams? Oh, Mark Adams. I'm sorry. Who was there before with Beard? Those people in Lubbock, they're hot, man. They're hot as a firecracker. You stupid, man. that Beard left, and they're just upset. They think they did everything humanly possible. They got a $40 million practice facility just opened out there, or getting ready to open, and they're just upset. You know, they're upset that they thought they would do everything, and they didn't get a chance to put a bid in. But you know how it is, man. that's why I don't have a problem with the transfer portal. These coaches up and leave. You see what happened at UTA. You see what happened at UTEP. You
Yeah.
know, and kids are sitting there thinking like they're gonna have a coach, and then when kids want to leave, we say they're not loyal.
Yeah,
say
wait
the
a
kids
minute.
are loyal.
Don't that affect? You just made me think of something. The guy moving to UT, don't that affect Snoop?
Possibly. I mean, they may hire the former coach. I mean, the guy who's the associate. They may hire him, but still, sometimes it could work out to your best in the benefit to your benefit, and sometimes it could work out to your detriment. I know a school that was in the NCAA tournament, made a deep run. I won't say the name, but they got a job in the Big 12, and then somebody else was promoted, and my buddy who was having a successful year is now basically out of a job. Right? Or what happened at Michigan when Beeline decided to go to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Some people were left out in the cold.
That's right.
So even winning doesn't protect you.
Wow.
You know, and that's why I always tell people, man, the first law of life is what? Self-preservation.
Right.
Always remember that. First law of life, self-preservation. I'm not saying that you shouldn't want to be transformative in people's eyes and help other people, but you always got to take care of home first. Right?
Wow.
That's your responsibility, because no one else can be well if you ain't well. Always remember that. You can't help nobody else if you don't help yourself.
Chris, help me with this one, Chris. Y'all see a lot of these. I've never seen AD with this much venom. It was kind of unprofessional to me. I didn't like it, and I put it up in, and I want our people to see it. This is the athletic director, Chris. This wasn't a coach. This wasn't, I'm trying to find him. This is a press conference from an athletic director. Something about this didn't set well with me, and I hope Daryl Barnes is watching the show. Watch this.
Absolutely. Disappointment, absolutely. You know, you work along somebody for 5 years, and you invest into this program and you grow this program. And of course, his leadership had a great deal to do with that. But, at the same time, there are other components that have led to the success of Texas Tech basketball. I believe our student body, I believe we've had the best fan support in the country. I believe that, you talk about some of the investments that have been made by so many generous individuals, starting with Mr. Dusty Womble, who's on our board of regents, that'll be a part of the search committee that our new facility recognizes with his name on it. We're going to fight, to use a term that Coach Beard uses every day. You get in the fight. We've been in the fight for 5 years, and the fight's not over. And you have somebody that then walks away to go to an in-conference school, an in-state school. Absolutely, that frustrates you. Heck yeah, it does. If we're honest and loyal and sincere about talking about getting in the fight, and you're in the fight every day, yeah, frustration would be a kind word to summarize it. Frustration, absolutely.
Chris, I saw him minimizing the value of the former coach, Chris Beard. He wasn't the only one that got. I mean, it just seemed. I mean, it like you got the nerve to leave us after all we did. We got people giving money to the program, and you leave us.
I mean, Kirby Hocutt hired me as the head coach, so I know Kirby. And
I don't care.
Well, my point is that when you're in the dogfight, you got to realize where Texas Tech was in the investment, from facilities to money to doing whatever it takes to paying you, make you the top 5 paid coach in the country. He was making more money than Shaka.
Okay.
He was making more money than Shaka. And so they put everything into it. And here's my thing. And I'm not saying Beard should stay or leave. I'm not making a point.
Right.
If it's like when people talk about, well, why wouldn't Scott Drew look at Indiana? He's in the championship game in Baylor. What do you got to go to Indiana for? Right, Jimmy? Like, I make me understand that. He in the championship game, been back-to-back coach of the year, was the number 1 seed last year, number 1 seed this year. What do you got to go to Indiana for? Because Indiana was good in the 30s? Because, you know what I'm saying? It's like when people chop me up about the Cowboys. It ain't the Cowboys no more. They ain't good no more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you still love them, though. You still love them.
They're not good no more. Like, listen, so I'm a Cowboy fan. Indiana fans are passionate fans, but Hoosiers is dead. It's over. You bring Mike Woodson in. I hope he does well, but it's not the same. Michigan, on the other hand, keeps going to Final Fours. They keep having major success. That's a different level of success. So what I'm saying is Texas, Texas is a world brand. Yes, it's bigger than Texas Tech. Yes, he worked at Texas. Clearly, man, there was something else that he wanted that does not. He never said that while he was working there, clearly, because those people are hot in Lubbock, bro.
Hot in catfish grease.
They got a lot of money in Lubbock, bro. They got a lot of money in Lubbock. Don't let people believe you. They got a lot of money in Lubbock.
I saw all of them oil fields when I was there. But Herb says something.
So here's the deal, guys. So here's my point. It wasn't about money.
No.
It wasn't about money.
No.
Texas Tech could have paid him whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
Right, Chief?
Right.
It's not a money thing.
Yeah. Nobody said it was about money. But
what's that?
Nobody said it was about money. I'm finna show you something.
So the question is, why did he leave then?
Because he wanted to be in Texas.
There you go.
He like Austin.
Right. There you go.
Hey, Chris, I've been to both places. I'd rather be in Austin than Texas, especially if I was a white man. Oh my goodness! But hold on.
Let me share something and throw something in there.
Come on, throw it in.
And give you guys from a different angle on this. The AD at Texas Tech.
Okay.
And I tell people all the time, it's like I love you guys know I'm always throwing an analogy in there. You go to the club, you meet a girl in the club. You've seen her in the club every week in the club. You happen to step to her, you slide to the girl, you go home, you domino, you want to wife her up. You wife her up, she leaves you go back to the club, meet another guy. You catch her cheating in the club. Now, let's go back to Texas Tech. This AD, back in 2016.
Tell it.
Chris Beard had took the job at UNLV. Let me show you how this doesn't work. 19 days. He had the job for 19 days. The AD is normally a protocol when an AD wants to speak with a coach, they will call the AD of that particular school and say, yo, I want to get permission to speak to him, about this gig. Chris, what's your AD name at Texas Tech?
Hocut.
Hey,
so check this out. So Hocut calls up the UNLV, right? The AD at the time at UNLV is a female. This chick, Kim Kunzer. I'm sorry, not Kim. Tina Kunzer Murphy, right? He asked her, right? Check out how this thing went. He says, I'm calling you because I want to get permission to talk to Chris Beard about our job at Texas Tech. Because Tubby Smith had just went to Memphis. Remember that? Remember Josh Pastner had got hired by Georgia Tech. Then Memphis didn't waste no time. They went and got Tubby, brought him to Memphis. So now Texas Tech was wide open again. And this is how this going down. He calls over to UNLV and tell his AD, hey, look, I want to get permission. She said, hell no. She cussed him out. According to my traps, she cussed his ass out on the phone and told him, hell no. Dropped a couple of F-bombs. You don't have no, hell no, you don't have permission to talk to Chris. And you know what that man, what Hocut told her? He told her on that same phone call, really, I wasn't asking you for your permission. We didn't already hired him. This is how that went down.
I don't know.
And so he comes to you.
Excuse me.
You think about it. You stole him from another school. And another school stole his ass from you. And now you beefing and you want us to feel sorry for you. Hell no. I ain't feeling sorry for Hocut. No way. No way. You made this bed, you laying it. And Hocut needs to be held accountable by the Texas Tech supporters. They want to get mad at somebody? Don't get mad at Chris Beard. Y'all knew he always wanted to go home to Texas. Get mad at Hocut ass for sitting there and believing in that. And more so, you have a guy like Chris Walker that you sit there and dangle him out there as the sacrificial lamb, the token.
Yeah, they
right?
did my
And you was
homeboy like
there, and
that.
you felt that kind of way, and you don't even call and give him a snip. Hey, look. Here's how this goes. Even if Chris Walker's not a person of interest right now at Texas Tech, that same AD, meaning that, understand, they didn't leave on bad terms. He should have still had the courtesy to still at least make a phone call. Chris, I want to pick your brain about something. Just like he mentioned that other board member was going to be on the search committee. He could have asked Chris.
Well, that dude built a practice facility. He gave him $40 million for the practice facility.
Yeah.
That dude built
the Board of Regents dude.
Dusty Womble.
40
It's
million.
called the Womble Center. Listen, man. Listen, as I tell you guys, man, I don't want to get too far in the weeds about Texas Tech. I mean, they're gonna do, right. And you guys have your opinion on it.
Yes.
They're good people there. They just it's like a guy working for the Texans. He's a head coach of the Texans, and I know you Texans fans are gonna be mad. And he got a chance to go be with the Cowboy head coach. And that's not they both in the NFL.
Yeah,
but the Texans ain't the Cowboys.
That's a good point.
The biggest brand in sports.
It's a great point.
So yeah, it's not personal. It's just that, hey man, it's a dream job. Some dudes actually have a dream job to go be the Dallas Cowboy coach, and they rather do that than be the Texans coach.
You know what? I sure don't like you. I like you better when you was just Chris Walker. I don't like you right now with this Chris Walker CBS. I like you, but I just don't like your comments.
Hey
now.
man, let's pivot for a second. Y'all see that girls' game yesterday, man?
Ooh. Chris, they put 3 people on Lil Mama. They said somebody else got to make this one. But Chris, hold up. The girl out of bounds.
They know Lil Mama wasn't gonna pass that ball.
No.
They put the same.
The other girl was wide open.
Hey, Chris.
The other girl wide open, speaking to the basket.
Chris, no. Lil Mama, the girl who took the ball out, she panicked. The pass was open there first, and she waited and waited. She should have gave the pass sooner. And Lil Mama could have got away from them folks. She messed that up.
Lil Mama ran her ass right into them folks, Alan. She ran her ass right into them.
I love her. Her name is, hold up. She said, don't call me Ari. Her name is Ari. Ari McDonald.
Hey, let me tell you something about these girl dads. About these dudes talking about Title IX and all that. You see her there, they showed her dad in the stands. You see that little crowd she had?
Yeah.
They man, listen, man.
Yeah.
That women's basketball is special, man. And they need to make sure that they killing me on the Facebook feed. They need to make sure that they call March Madness. Because I'm telling you right now, South Carolina, I was cheering for Dawn Staley, and I was definitely cheering for Adia Barnes. Yeah. Did y'all see the controversy on what she said to UConn when she made that? Did y'all talk about that?
No.
So what happened was
she didn't say nothing to them, Chris.
Let me finish. The Final Four has a video.
I got it.
4 teams. 4 teams. They leave Arizona out. It's only 4 teams they're showing it. They left them out. And I'm watching the game, and when it was over, because I saw it, you see what she said.
She said,
exactly.
F
and they caught it.
Yes.
They caught it. You got to realize, man, a lot of these women, man, they hate UConn, bro. They hate UConn. They hate Gino. Though, you know Gino's been the 11th Final Four.
But that wasn't Gino's fault they left him out of the promo, Chris.
I understand that, but you see, Jimmy understand what I'm saying. It ain't got nothing to do with the promo. It ain't got nothing to do with the promo. You got the first time you got 2 black women in the Final Four, right or wrong, Jimmy?
Yes.
2 black women for the first time ever.
Yes.
You got a legend, Tara Vanderver. You got Gino, another legend. You got Dawn Staley.
And 2 black women. Okay.
And you leave one of them out. They don't look at somebody doing the videos, cutting the videos. Whoever cut that video should get fired. The same way whoever did that weight room thing should be fired. Right or wrong, Jimmy?
Yeah, I agree with. I don't agree with you much, but I agree with that one.
It's a no-brainer. But she said, because they felt disrespected. They don't. You got to understand. They beat UConn, bro.
Yes.
They beat the bullies on it. They beat UConn the same way the Cougars got the brakes beat off of them. They beat.
Hey, whoa! Don't come on no Cougar slander on this show. Jimmy got on his red today.
I'm not allowed to. Oh, you just said I can be Chris Walker again, so I can't be Chris.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad. Come on back.
The brakes beat off of them. I nicknamed. Listen, I nicknamed them the Scott Street Bullies.
So the bully got. So you saying the bully? So you saying the bullies got bullied?
The bullies got. I mean, they just couldn't make a shot. But I mean, I love the Houston Cougars. They couldn't make a shot. But I say this: let me touch on. I can't stay on because I got to get ready. You know, they got the car coming to get me, so I got to go in a little bit. But I gotta talk about this social media thing, man.
Okay.
Between Kevin Durant and Michael Rappaport. Jimmy,
Talk about it. Talk about it. Come on. Come on.
Jimmy, this
Come
dude, did y'all watch Shannon Sharp and Skip this morning?
No, I did
had
not.
tape it. I don't take nothing.
I didn't.
This
I didn't.
dude was literally crying on the screen.
Who was?
Who was crying?
Michael Rappaport.
Why was he crying?
Why he was
People
crying?
won't even speak to this dude when he go to the coffee shop. He walking his dog. His friends won't speak to him.
Because he shouldn't have. That was a private matter. He shouldn't have made it public. He's a rat.
And he said, Kevin Durant said, "I'll spit in your face if I see you again."
Yes.
And talked about his wife.
Yes. Says wife. Your wife probably don't want your behind.
Yeah, went at it.
Yeah.
Went at it. So everybody.
And,
need to
and
be
you
careful, man.
you feel sorry? You
Chris
feel
don't
sorry?
feel sorry for nobody.
Listen, man, he's a guy that always makes fun of people. You know, he's a comedian, takes shots at people. When I tell people, when you're in a public figure, this is part of the deal. When those celebrities get on there and put their babies on there and people say they're ugly, that's part of it. Don't put your baby on there.
That's a great point, Chris.
Put your baby on there.
Great point.
You want everybody to agree with you. It's social media. You don't have control of it.
That's a good point.
They're gonna do, and people are on it. Just people will say stuff and they're like, "You're an N lover," or people will say stuff like this and that. I say, bro, you're also a guy that profits off of that.
Yes.
You profit off of that. You profit off being a celebrity. So when there's a yin, there's a yang. That's part of it. Where it's up, it's down. It's gravity, man.
I got a question for you, Chris. Chris, why does Kevin Durant always have a problem on social media? What's his problem?
Man, I don't get it, man. They like little children to me. They're like little kids. You know, like I don't get it where people have to. I was watching Barkley say the stuff. I'm not a huge.
Let's not talk about him. He's a clown. I'm done with him.
The other day.
I'm done with him.
Why are you done with him? Why? Because
I'm just done with him. I don't like what he said the other day, and I got it on tape.
Well, play it for everybody and see what they say then, because I'm like, hold on, aren't you the same Charles Barkley that said that agreed with Shaq? Here's my problem with putting those guys on TV and allowing those guys to speak for us, and they get awards and stuff. And you see the lady, and this is the thing that I take offense. The lady that kept sending the tweet saying, "You can't pronounce words." I was like, why? Like, I'm looking at them like, yo, you guys have control over what you show to show the viewers. Why would y'all show that?
Right.
That's, to me, that makes, I'm on TV. I'm like, man, I don't want people thinking like that ain't what we are right there.
You ready for me? You ready for me, Chris? And you can talk, and I'll unmute you. I'll unmute you so you can talk if you want to say something about it doing it. Watch this. Here we go,
y'all.
Shared that news, how painful it was. Yeah, but the one thing I took out of that piece was, man, I think most white people and black people are great people. I really believe that in my heart. But I think our system is set up where our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are designed to make us not like each other so they can keep their grasp of money and power. They divide and conquer. I truly believe in my heart most white people and black people are awesome people, but we're so stupid following our politicians, whether they are Republicans or Democrats. And their only job is, hey, let's make these people not like each other. We don't live in their neighborhoods. We're all got money. Let's make the whites and blacks not like each other. Let's make rich people and poor people not like each other. Let's scramble the middle class. I truly believe that in my heart.
But he's not part of the middle class. But keep going, Chris. He's not part of the middle class.
My thing is, man, I've seen that dude jump on both sides of that thing. Sometimes, and listen, I'm not, again, you know me, I'm dancing in the middle.
Okay,
it's
I got you.
For some of these issues, man, you either black or you white, man. I'm sorry. Some issues, I get it. You can have a conservative view and you can have a view that's not as conservative, a liberal view. But there's some views, hey, man, I'm over there with them, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm over there with them. I had a friend of mine. This is a true story, man. I couldn't believe this. I wish I could just go out on black. I was talking to a buddy of mine from a Caucasian friend of mine, and he sent me an article, the same article that I sent Robert Hatter. You should put it on the screen and let everybody get to see that article and talk about why. I sent it to you too, Jimmy, didn't I? Why people are not watching the NBA because of social media. I mean, because of social injustice. And it had a piece in there that said that 53% of Republicans aren't watching sports anymore, particularly in the NBA, because of social, like Black Lives Matter and all that kind of stuff. So my buddy is the one that sent it to me. That's when I sent it to y'all. And I'm like, and he said, LeBron should shut up. I'm like, what do you mean LeBron should shut up, bro? What are you talking about? If you know our community, those are the people that really have the voices, the athletes and the entertainers in our community. They have more of a voice than Al Sharpton. They have more of a voice than Jesse Jackson, because that's why they say, oh, if you want black people to take the vaccine, let's get some rappers and some athletes there. That's why I love LeBron. Because like, yo, you're not using my platform for that. That's an individual decision. So he goes on, how about this, to say, well, you're uninformed. And like I said before, you need to learn the history of this country. And I'm not going to sit here and disagree with you. You're my boy, and we've done some things together, but that's ignorant what you said. And you got to be careful who you say that to. And then I said, and he says, I know a lot of history. I know a lot of people. I said, well, how many color do you know? He said, you and somebody else. I said, so he said, I've been to 90 weddings. I said, well, how many black weddings you been to? Or how many black people at those weddings? I said, so you don't have the knowledge of that you need, the knowledge base to be able to counteract what you think and why this is happening. You're just letting the news tell you what's going on. And then he hit me with the left hook. I said, bro, you need more people of color. And then he says, well, black people, they terrible with money anyway. I was like, whoa, like, whoa, what? Like, where are we going here? What does it got to do with LeBron? What's that got to do with the NBA and why people don't watch the NBA anymore? So what happens is when you start talking to people, that's why you got to talk. Like when people say, I'm just not going to talk to those people. No, you need to talk to them. You need to talk to them. You need to know how people think. Because you're going to have Judgment Day like I had Judgment Day.
Robert,
Florida got the reason why y'all having Judgment Day. As Jimmy always says, it's 2 words. Is what, Jimmy? Pay attention. Pay attention. Because there's more people out there. It's more than them Willies out there. You got them Clarks out there too.
And Karens.
Watch them Clarks.
And the Karens.
Watch them Clarks. You're a great guy. You're a great guy until you know what I'm saying? Until my son can get in University of Texas and yours can't. I mean, I'm just being real, man. I'm like, I cannot believe, because then you're like, I can't believe I'm friends with this dude. And he would just say something like that. And then guess what? The number one thing you start to question. I look in the mirror and be like, yo, man, what's wrong with you that dude thinks that that's okay to say to you?
Got a question, Chris. Chris, when did this happen?
2 days ago.
Ain't this ironic how I came to you and asked you a question 2 weeks ago when I told you my son had his Negro wake up call? Ain't this ironic?
Oh, yeah.
All of these guys, they've been traveling all over and hanging out and benefiting from being around him not being around them. And then one night the guy said, if you ain't white, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of my apartment. Dude.
And here's my thing, Hatter. Like, and this is what I said. I said, listen, I'm offended that you would say something like that. I say, because you just said you only know 2 people of color, yet you're making that type of declaration. Now, here's what I can do.
Okay. And
I'm not going to do this because I got a ton of class. I can say a number of things about your culture, and I can actually go in the record book and in the history books, and I can document every last one of them. I could document every last one of them. And what you're talking about is a systemic situation that's done based on that same history I'm going to give you about certain people and why it's happening. And why also you think that it's okay to make that comment to me. I'm just telling you,
Chris,
man. And
you can't come in the house, Chris.
The same athletes, Hatter, the same athletes that say, I don't need Robert Hatter. The same athletes that say, I don't need a black agent. The same athletes that see the other culture that won't hire Robert Hatter.
Yeah. They love him. They love them.
That don't want a black doctor.
Yes.
That don't have a black accountant.
Yes.
You feel that want black for that work. I'm just telling you, man. You got to pay attention. I'm not sitting over here making a decoration one way or another. We're having a conversation. I'm just saying I had my Negro wake-up call. I'm like, yo, man, and I've had it before. Man, I know black people went through that. Man, where you been, man? Because the Negroes that make it, because people don't realize half these dudes that make it to the NBA, Jimmy, and the NFL,
preach it.
They come from Compton. They come from City Gas.
Yes, sir.
They come from Southside Chicago.
Yes, sir.
They come from that area in Atlanta. Them
Preach
dudes ain't coming from Fresh Prince and Bel Air.
You preaching real.
That's not where they coming from. Come on, man. Like, what we talking about? So then when they get to the NFL, you wonder why. You wonder why they won't get involved with social justice. How about this? I'm going to throw one even at you even more because I said I had to go.
That was me,
Tennessee State. East Tennessee State just fired the coach for kneeling. Y'all dig where I'm coming from?
Keep going.
Fired the coach for kneeling. And then went back and hired a black coach.
Jimmy just talked about. Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris.
Explain that to me. So now, if you the black, and we know Desmond, right, Jimmy? We know Desmond.
I don't know Des.
We know Des.
Okay.
He was in Tennessee. He was at University of Tennessee. Been around a long time. So now, Des, what's going to be your stance?
Des, you can't kneel now, Dale.
Dale, put him on the chop shop.
Dale, you can't kneel with these boys. Dale, you got to. I'm telling you what
I think Des was at. I think I met Des at UTSA. I think we was at UTSA way back in the day, at University of Texas San Antonio. If I'm not mistaken, that's where I first met Des.
Hey, Chris, that senator gonna say, "All right, Des, yeah, Des, you got to do this now. You got Chris. Did I show you what the senator said?
Man, I already know what he said. It's absolutely, it's ridiculous, man. No, look what's going on. How about this? You already mentioned it already. Y'all talked about what's going on in Atlanta right now.
Yes, sir.
MLB pull it out, and the governor of Texas. See, people like Herb Ray thinks that I just found out I was black. No, Herb, I live on Earth, and guess what? It ain't just black people on Earth. Okay, we got to deal with every culture.
Yes,
okay?
Right.
That's what it is.
Absolutely.
It ain't I just found out I was black, and I'm pretty perceptive, and I've worked around people that are other cultures all my life and went to school with them, just like you did, Herb. Because you went to school in Waco, so you know exactly where I'm coming from. I just tell you, thanks as you. All I'm saying is, when some people are just really good at being grandma until you find that they the wolf, Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Some people just really good
until you sit on my lap.
Until you sit on my lap.
Can't come in the house.
Being grandma.
Chris, you can't come in the house, Chris. Chris, I love you.
What?
Hey, you can't come in there. We know we don't let y'all in the house.
And my thing is, again, that was a different time. But hey man, that's still going on now.
Yes.
And my thing is, all I can do is take you at your word until you show me something different. All I can do is see the way you move until you show me something different. But I'm telling you right now, that dude 45 then brought out a whole lot of grandmas. Right? The wolves, Jimmy, they don't care about dressing. They don't care about dressing up as grandma no more. 45 say, man, just gonna be a wolf, man. Just gonna be the wolf. You ain't
and guess who remind me of him, Chris? Ron DeSantis, the one, Jimmy. You got the one, the governor of Florida. Jimmy, he acts just like him. Y'all look up Ron DeSantis. Look him up and see how he talked to that reporter the other day. You don't know what you're talking about. He acted just like Trump. And then what about, hold up, go, Chris, and they ain't mentioned your homeboy Matthew Gaetz. Gates. Oh, my goodness.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, even with this Deshaun Watson thing, they all got dirt. You see what I'm saying? They got dirt on all of them. So it's just that when you cross the wrong person, I don't know if y'all read this article, and this one politician said, you know what's funny, man? I'm tired of all these dudes going on Fox acting like it's the Apollo Theater where they sit up there and just like say whatever they want. And then as soon as they done, hey man, we're going to Papa Do's. Let's go.
Yes. Yes.
He's like, what? Hold on. You just got up there and said on Fox, blah, 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 blah. And when it's over, you want to go hang out and eat at the Capitol Grill? Man, I'm not going nowhere with you. But that's what they do, Jimmy. That's
What you
what's been going on. That's why everybody thinks there's no difference between the two.
What you say about permanent friends and permanent interests?
There's no permanent friends. There's no permanent enemies. Only permanent interests.
Yes.
And if you want to be in politics, you better learn how to be what, Jimmy? On the right side of politics.
I got something else for you, Chris. Gonna help you out, Jimmy. Jimmy, all of them now, if you're watching them Fox now, everybody vying for Rush Limbaugh's spot. Russ is gone. Who gonna be the next? So I got to say something outrageous because I got to get that $20 million a year spot.
Did you see what happened to the My Pillow dude?
No.
He lost $82 million in revenue because he
the pillow, my pillow. Yes.
No,
yes.
That's what I'm trying to tell people. If you want, that's why. And when the dude made the comment about black people bad with money, I'm like, hold on, man. Like, dude, I know a lot of black people with some money, and I know that 50% of the black people in this country make 150 or more.
Yes, sir.
Like, we got some black folks who got some money. So who are you hanging around? What part of the country you live in? And who are you surrounding yourself with that you make such an ignorant statement like that? But you know what? You got them dudes like Clarence Thomas that's sitting at the Supreme Court. Don't get me started, man. Y'all don't want me to preach today. Dudes like Clarence Thomas that's sitting on the, I mean, come on, Jimmy. Jimmy, you already know what I'm going for. I mean, them the kind of dudes like, you know, what's the guy that Trump hired to be the secretary of, what's his name? Ben Carson.
Oh,
like,
Ben Carson.
You gotta watch them dudes, man.
Yes.
Them the most dangerous guys in the world, man. Tim Scott in South Carolina, dangerous dude. I'm not saying you can't recognize that. Yeah, man, there's a lot of people that are black that don't have the resources to do what a lot of other people can do.
Right.
And maybe, you know, think about it, man. When you go to River Oaks, Jimmy, you can answer this. Do they have check cashing places in River Oaks, Jimmy?
Hell no.
They got check cashing places over there, right?
Ain't no payday loan spots.
Ain't nothing.
Ain't no payday loans over there. Is it payday loan spot in River Oaks?
It's a lot of investment banks.
Oh, it's a lot of banks, right? A lot of Starbucks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of restaurants.
Yes.
You know, but ain't no payday loans.
Yeah. St. Regis Hotel.
Cashing. You can take your title up there. What they call it? Where you can take your title of your car.
No.
You can do all that stuff.
It's not happening over there.
It's not happening. But why is that, Jimmy?
I mean, you know the why is it. I mean, it is, you know, you just got to pay attention of it and you make conscious economical decision if it affects you to that magnitude. And you personally, everybody out there have reserved the right to direct their dollars in a direction that may be favorable to what they believe in. And that's what's going to happen. And I'm seeing, remember, sides are being taken. And here's going to be the funny part, because once people have already begun to take sides in this stuff going on. We mentioned the All-Star game in Atlanta being removed by Major League Baseball a while ago. Well, the governor of Texas, he jumped in and took a stance. Well, now United Airlines has just countered with a statement within the past hour. United Airlines says legislation that infringes on the right to vote of fellow Americans is wrong. We believe that leaders in both parties should work to protect the rights of eligible voters by making it easier and more convenient for them to cast the ballot and have it counted. So now it's expected now, United Airlines, who's based in Chicago,
Atlanta. Oh no,
Houston.
United, Chicago, Charlotte.
Yeah, Chicago,
Houston,
United,
when they merged,
right? So United,
yeah, used to
right?
be Continental Airlines. They merged with, and they called it United. In United, I think the headquarters is Chicago and Houston.
Yeah,
is there two hubs? Well,
Charlotte too.
Now with a GOP, see his name. If you're gonna boycott Delta, if you're gonna boycott United,
you better go get your rental car.
what you gonna fly?
Who?
Exactly.
Who? Wait a minute. Who gonna boycott them?
If the GOP,
Man, ain't nobody thinking about it. No, the GOP said they gonna hurt them tax wise. That's what they saying. But these people got enough money to withstand that.
Hey, but think about this, Jimmy. Hey, you guys think about this.
No, economically, if they're in how they work, Adam, economically, if that company is in your portfolio, then you're going to tell your accountant to move, or you're going to move your money from behind up under that stock. You're going to shed so that means it's going to be a massive sell-off at some point. That means that's boycotting. I don't want.
Let me show you something, Jimmy. United Airlines more worried about the people not flying than them clowns
no question.
Up there.
No
they
question.
ain't worried about them
Yeah,
clowns.
no
When they took a step like, they ain't worried about them clowns up. Because guess what they're going to do? They're going to they got enough money to put behind another person to vote their ass out. That's how they think. We sit back here and say, well, I don't know. But they know I got enough money to back the guy who's running against you. Excuse me.
In the same party.
Yes.
In the same party.
Yeah, in the same.
But let me say this.
Okay, keep going.
Let me say this to black folks. And I want people to hear me out loud.
Okay.
If those people, think about what Jimmy's saying, Abbott and all those people, if they spend that much time in Atlanta or Georgia to try to stop us from voting, shouldn't that tell you to get your ass to the ballot box and vote? So those people that got all that money, billionaires, millionaires, right? They want to run for office because they the lawmakers. Them people are mad at what happened with Raphael Warnock. They're mad at what happened. They're mad.
Chris, when you...
The only way they can change it, they can't beat you no more. They can't hang you no more. But you know what they can do? They can outvote you. That's what they can do. So
Chris,
go to the ballot box and vote.
Chris, I got something for you. I'm glad you mentioned Raphael Warnock. I told a story. I don't know if you saw that show. I told a story about Governor Kemp. The reason he appointed Kelly Loeffler to the Senate because her and her husband donated the most money to his campaign when he beat Stacey Abrams, right? Check this out. Kelly Loeffler have so much money, Chris Walker. When it started for her campaign to go against Warnock, she said, look, I ain't got time to wait on no donations. She wrote out a check for $24 million and said, here, when the donation come in, y'all just give me my money back. That woman spent you talking about mad? She spent $24 million and got her ass whooped by a dude that was not polling at 9% until the WNBA girls put on his shirt. Warnock, didn't nobody know who the hell he was until them WNBA women put on their shirts and vote Warnock. You talking about she mad? You spent $24 million and get your butt whooped and you be mad too. And then another
But that's
guy.
what I'm saying.
Keep going.
That's what in this country, if you vote, that's what I'm saying. Like you made a point about United Airlines. Mm-hmm. I was just watching something on TV and they were saying like they don't have enough pilots to fly planes. They got to cancel flights and stuff because a lot of people then retired. Yes. And with the uptick, and now all of a sudden people getting vaccinated, more people trying to get on planes and ain't no flights and ain't no rental cars. Mm-hmm. Like this thing's about to change. So you telling me that what people got to start flying again? And you gonna make a law like that, man? We ain't worried about no taxes. We need to fill these planes up.
Yeah,
we need to fill these planes up. Them people don't know about. We'll still list up behind closed doors.
Yeah.
We want them planes to be filled because when they buy, think about it. You know how much money the airline industry has lost in the pandemic, man. People don't understand, man. That's why it comes down to economics. That's why you got to know what's going on in politics, and you got to vote, and you got to be involved, and you got to be engaged. And same way with your children's education, you got to go to the PTA meetings. You got to find out what they're teaching your kids. You got to go in there and vote, and we should be. You got to do that stuff. But if you just gonna let the TV raise your kids, and you're gonna let the people at the school raise your kids, you don't know what you're gonna turn out. You don't know what you're gonna come back with. You don't know how that thing gonna come back to you. But Jimmy, I gotta run. But Jimmy, you in Indianapolis right now, bro. I'm about to go. I'll be on in a little bit. We'll be talking about we got a pregame show. And talking about Gonzaga and Baylor, right? Clearly, I'm going for Baylor because I want, I think Gonzaga is a great team. But I mentioned this to people before. 5 Slammer Jammer in '83. Who ever thought that North Carolina State and Albuquerque, New Mexico was going to beat 5 Slammer Jammer? After they whooped up on Louisville, they played North Carolina State, and, the most improbable thing with the air ball dump, Lorenzo Charles, rest in peace, right? Final Four champions. 85 Georgetown. Villanova shot 78% from the field, bro. 78% from the field. Georgetown, people don't know this, shot 54%. Like, Georgetown played good. They played good. Before the three-point line, they shot 78% from the field. I ain't never heard that in my life. That's the biggest upset ever, highest seed ever to win. And then in 1991, Grandma Ma, Anderson Hunt, Greg Anthony, y'all remember them dudes? 66 games in a row, got beat by Duke. Tonight, these dudes have a chance to be the first team to win the national championship and go undefeated since 1976. That's what's on the line tonight. That's what Jalen Suggs and that bank shot saved. But tonight, they get ready to play some goons, right? You can talk about Church of Christ, Baylor, all that stuff you want. Them dudes here, they nasty. And it's going to be a game tonight. Now, I'm looking forward to it. And Gonzaga's a great team. From a nostalgia standpoint and what's going on with COVID, it would be awesome if Gonzaga won the game. Just because, you know, what a great way to end. Now, it'll always be called the COVID championship now. It'll be called the COVID championship because the COVID impacted a lot of people.
Well, because of the fans, lack of fans.
What's that?
The lack of fans in the building, primarily.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
You know.
it was a big deal. But this is the game people want to see. This is the game that people want to see, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody going to be watching this game. And I think the Baylors are a 4-point dog. The Bears are a 4-point dog in this game.
It started at 5.5. It went down to 4 real quick.
As Jimmy would say, take the punch, okay? Take the punch. I'm just telling you, take the punch. Because I'm telling you, Baylor, man, if they shoot the ball the way they shot the ball against U of H, against the Scott Street Bullies, there ain't no way in hell Gonzaga could beat them.
Hey, Chris, please explain to them the network. He's on the CBS network channel. It's a little higher up by ESPN. It's not this. He's not going to be on the CBS.
So the way it works is, think about it this way. CBS Sports is broadcast.
Yes.
Right? That's what you see, like the Equalizer and all that stuff on.
Yeah.
We're the cable sports channel of CBS.
There you go.
CBS only shows sports during special times and on the weekends.
Yeah.
But CBS Sports Network shows sports all the time.
All the time.
It's like ESPN and ABC.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's similar to that. I'm sorry. Yeah, ESPN and ABC.
And it's according. I would. Go on, Chris. Go. I'm sorry.
I'll say Drew Timme coming to the crib. I mean, that's a big deal from Texas. I'm sure he gonna feel like, hey man, y'all. I don't know if they didn't recruit him or not, but you know how we all felt about Drew Timme. You know, like, oh, he wasn't gonna be this and that. And Drew Timme, second team All-American. Drew Timme's the first guy to average 30 and 10 in the game. That's never happened with any Gonzaga player in the history of college basketball. He's the first one to get 30 and 10. He got 30 and 13 against Oklahoma, another school from his area in the Big 12. So now he's getting to play Baylor. Drew Timme is the key to this whole thing. He's the key to this whole thing.
Oh, he is?
You could talk about Pittsburgh. You could talk about Suggs. You could talk about Nembhard. But if Drew Timme, you got to realize Gonzaga plays 7 dudes. And guess what Baylor has on their side? They got depth. Baylor got more depth.
So every day, Joe.
Hold on. And speed.
Well, no. Gonzaga got speed now. Hold on now. They got Nembhard and Suggs.
And keep going. And
twisted. Oh, Yayi nice too. I'm just saying they just got more people. Baylor got more people. They got 2 big thugs inside. You know what I'm saying? No one's ever had, like USC had 2 bigs, but they ain't had no guards. Like Baylor got the guards. You got to realize Baylor got 3 All-American guards, bro.
Yes,
3.
sir. Yes, sir.
3 All-American guards.
Yes, sir.
So then they got, and guess who else they got? They got the mullet monster coming off the bench.
Oh my goodness. Another guy from Texas.
Somebody say he's not a pro. I'm like, okay, then tell me what a pro look like. So
Yeah.
Let me break
You look
this down
like
for
one to
everybody.
me.
So you telling me that dude ain't a pro and Alex Caruso is? Come on, man.
I love that, Chris. Come on.
And Alex
man.
Caruso a pro?
Hey, is the car blowing for you right now? Excuse me. Have your car right, sir? Have you?
Now about 45 more minutes.
So Chris, here's the question. Somebody asked, Sonia asked, how do you think Drew Timme would fare in the NBA?
See, I think that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Because Drew Timme can't guard ball screens.
Yeah.
So if you watch Austin Reeves, they played Oklahoma anytime because Gonzaga likes to switch a lot. Anytime they get Drew Timme in the ball screen, they put the car and drive.
Yeah.
They're going right at him. So, and the other thing that Drew Timme can't do is shoot threes. So if you look at the NBA, this is what I try to tell people. Anytime you think, oh, bro, he a pro, I say, well, let me give you a piece of advice. Stop comparing college kids to college kids.
There you go.
That's not where they're trying to go.
Okay.
So if you think a point guard a pro, ask me, can he guard Damian Lillard? Ask me, can he guard John Wall or can he guard James Harden? Right. Don't ask me, can he guard Nembhard or some of these other dudes they playing against. That's how you know he's a pro. Don't say he's a pro.
But he ain't got to be able to understand the James Harden. You don't even have to go that deep with it. You can just name guys that are regular point guards. Can he guard Michael Conley? Can he guard Lonzo Ball?
Oh God, no.
My regular guys that are very, very, very good. That are part of the top 1%, part of the top 5% of point guards in the world.
Even a scrub like Dennis Schroeder tear your tail up.
The
game, yeah, Lil Ugly. Can they guard Lil Ugly?
The game has changed. Chris, you're right. The game has changed. If he can't shoot 3-pointers, ain't nobody sitting in the post no more.
No, those days, and he can't guard nobody in that league.
Nobody's sitting in the post no more. They open that thing. I'm sorry, Chris. I just had to. People keep talking about.
You look at the NBA right now.
Yeah.
Who the Lakers? If the Lakers are at full strength. So let's say Drew Timme's in the post. I don't even want to chop up Drew Timme.
No, just no. Yeah.
But Andre Drummond's in the post. He guarding Andre Drummond?
Body bag.
And then Andre Drummond guarding him. The best chance he got to take him to the perimeter. So that's why guys like Andre Drummond are becoming obsolete. That's why guys like Dwight Howard are becoming obsolete. But Dwight Howard can guard guards, kind of. But guess what? He couldn't guard Jamal, who's a kid from Utah, tearing him up. They had to go small.
Yeah.
That's why Dwight Howard, those guys didn't play last year. And JaVale McGee, they couldn't play them dudes. The NBA is about, you got to be able to shoot threes, and you got to be able to guard a whole lot of people. And if you are big and you can't do that, why you think guys like Paul Millsap's still in the NBA? Because he's undersized, but he can guard everybody. Yeah. And he can shoot threes.
PJ Tucker.
Still in the league.
Yeah.
Because you can shoot threes, he can guard everybody. Because guess what? Don't nobody throw the ball to post.
If people think, you know what? People think, like Paul just said something. I keep hearing this crazy, talking about people don't defend in the league.
Man, you lost your mind.
I just don't understand where y'all get that shit from. Y'all, them talking points from some people who not in the fucking league.
Listen, I'm not trying to chop dudes like I don't even want to go at dudes from Dallas. But if dudes don't defend in the league, what's the dude that played the guy that went to Atlanta, went to Australia? Right? What's his name? The Duncan dude that played the dunk contest. What's his name?
That went to
Dallas.
where?
From Dallas. The kid about 3-4 years ago, he went to Australia and went straight to the league because they had about 3 of them do the same thing.
Oh, you talking about Terrence Ferguson?
Yeah, what's going on? He can't just score on everybody? Oh, who's the other one that went there? RJ Hampton. Why they get rid of him? You just can't score on everybody? You can't score on them dudes, man. You can't.
RJ Hampton had 16 points last night.
Yeah.
I get you, but you just can't walk in there and score on dudes, man.
Yeah, it took him a while.
It takes a while. You just don't go in there and be like, oh, I did this. Cade Cunningham gonna find out too. Like, you just can't walk in there and score in there. When you think about it, when you're in college, you see 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". When you go to the NBA, LeBron 6'9", the dude next to him 6'7", the dude over there 6'8", and Davis is 7 foot, and that dude's 7 foot.
Dude, KCP, Jimmy.
The court is small, yo.
KCP is 6'5" or 6'6".
And long. Like the court is hard, man. If you're not playing the NBA if you're not special. You got to be special at something. And you know who got cut today? Who got cut today, Jimmy?
Oh, I saw
Justin Jackson. Justin Jackson.
Yes. Yes. So somebody else got cut too today. It crossed my mind. Your boy Ben, they just sent Ben back to the scrap heap. Hold on. Ben, what his name? Ben McLemore. James Harden got him off the scrap heap. James Lee, now he back on the scrap. Don't never tell me nothing about James Harden no more. He bring guys off the couch and bring them in the league.
Let me
Keep
tell you
going.
something. Let me tell you something about two things. There's two dudes in the NBA that get guys paid, right? That everybody should write off their second home to. One guy is the guy who's starring in Space Jam. That's number one. You already know. LBJ, get you paid. You're going to win. Look at Dellavedova. Look at Mozgov. All them scrubs got that bread.
Yeah.
Then James Harden.
Yes.
Because he got 3 dudes guarding him.
Yes.
And dudes like Daniel House in the NBA because of the steal in the NBA, PJ Tucker, Ben McLemore, all them dudes in the league, and they realizing, damn, I really can't fly. Yeah, man, you Batman, you Superman. Superman left.
Yeah.
Now they realizing what that dude was. You know what I'm saying?
That's
John Wall
awesome,
might
Chris.
be cool, but he is not James Harden.
Who?
And all them Houston fans that complain about James Harden, now y'all about to see what it feels like to be the Sacramento Kings. Come on,
No,
Jim.
it would understand with the Houston Rockets. Remember, they made a conscious decision, and when you make a conscious decision, it's like if a woman leaving, she's married to a millionaire, to a celebrity, and say, "Why you gonna leave? Why you gonna?" And start thinking real hard. Well, if you're leaving, where that bread gonna come from? All them benefits, all them perks that come with having this celebrity, being a celebrity spouse or a side or girlfriend. Well, guess what? The Rockets made the conscious decision that they'd rather do bad by themselves. They'd rather live in misery and chase a couple of lotto balls. They're
Good luck.
right now.
Good
Guess what? But guess what? That's not the only team that's going to be doing it.
Oh no.
They're not the only team.
They got company. They got company.
They got a few teams out there that's misery.
H-Town, though.
So
It's not Sacramento, it's H-Town. Like H-Town is a place that people come to, free agents come to.
okay, but Sacramento at one time had a heyday.
Well, they had
a time when it was promising. They had an era when it was promising, and they were right there.
It was never a destination, though, Jim. It was never a destination.
Well, it never was a destination.
I want to go to Sacramento. I want to go to Charlotte.
Yeah.
I want to go to New Orleans. Dudes I want to go to Milwaukee. Dudes don't say that. Dudes say I want to come to Houston. They got Papados.
No.
They got Papados. They got cheap
Yeah,
houses.
off the court. Yeah, and guess what? People are going to still want to buy a second or third home in Houston. Remember, one thing about H-Town, as long as we're still getting Final Fours, with the Final Four being Houston in 2023, 2 years now, the Final Four back in H-Town. As long as we're getting the All-Star games, Houston will be a relevant piece of the equation. The fact of the matter is, when it comes to this basketball team, on the heels of the misery of the football team that came first. The football woes, remember that happened, and basketball just came on in. Same stuff. And in football, it's not even over yet, because I can't honestly see Deshaun Watson in a Texan uniform this season. I just can't even
He might
visualize.
not be in nobody's uniform because all my exes live in Texas.
He gonna be playing. He'll be playing. He
might be suspended.
playing for the Texans.
Oh, he might get suspended, Chris, for conduct detrimental to the Shield.
That might be true,
Just
but he's playing for the Texans, though.
Oh, that's all I'm saying. He gonna play, but not.
He pulled a James Harden over the last couple of weeks, and
Man, that James ain't done nothing, man. James
No. I'm not talking about in regard to what you're being accused of. I'm talking about the actions after you were like. Remember after the playoffs about 4 years ago. Remember how we talked about what James Harden left and where he went to, what city he went to, and ducked out and camped out. Well, that's what Deshaun Watson has been for the last 3 weeks, because he doesn't feel comfortable being able to go to his normal routine in Houston. So he got on up out of here. So he's checking up down.
Do your thing. I know where you at. Yeah. It's all good. But Chris Walker, thank you so much, man. I know you.
I appreciate it, man.
You know, man. I mean, I love your insight, man. It's crazy that, but watching you on TV, I mean, I sit there. I learn so much from you. But you know, I know you're crazy, but good job you're doing.
I'm not
man.
crazy. I keep it 100, man. I keep
No,
it
you
buck,
don't.
as they
Oh,
say.
you Jimmy. He be fake as hell. He be so political. Y'all got to see him, man. I taped it. I wish I could show it to you. He be so politically correct on that show. It's unbelievable.
Definitely, I get to
We
see
don't
him.
own
I
the
get
network.
to see
What?
him when I
You
get
don't
to
do
him.
what?
But tonight, make
We don't
sure.
own the network. Jimmy, you going to the game now, ain't you, Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy be in the game.
Yeah.
I taped it
You
already.
gonna have some green?
Dude.
Jimmy gonna have some green or what? What you wearing green? Cause like you got some.
Hey, you know what?
red on you.
I bought a green
outfit.
sweater. I bought a green sweater, to wear tonight. I had it protecting my
You got a
bag.
green hat? What about the hat?
I'm putting out my Baylor colors. I'm a rep. I'm a rep
So
for
think about
Waco.
this. When was the last time a team from Texas won the NCAA tournament Final Four March Madness?
Yeah, Texas Wesleyan.
Dude, you know what year that was?
Wow.
That's the last time. It's 68. It's the last time a team from Texas, 68 or 69, has won the NCAA tournament.
Wow.
Nobody else has won it.
Yeah, nobody. And guess what?
What time you come on, Chris?
And you know what? Let me tell you something. Coming from the Baylor coaches this morning.
Okay.
When they talked to them this morning,
Uh-huh.
they say that year, right? That Texas Wesleyan won the championship. And when later was known as UTEP, they had Big Daddy Latin from Worthing High School.
Yeah.
They say they made a movie after that journey.
Mm-hmm.
They say they're gonna make a movie about this Baylor win tonight. That's what they did. They're gonna make a movie. They made a movie about that one, and you just watch tonight. After this right here, after this win, they're gonna make a movie about Baylor. And you really think about it. Seriously. Think about all of the problems. This program, when Scott Drew got there, a dude had killed somebody.
A teammate.
They attempted to cover up a murder.
Good
a murder.
Dave Bliss.
Understand something. So, and remember, coming off the heels of David Koresh. Then the murder.
And then the rapes with the football team.
Then the football thing. So understand something. Then they get a little success with the girls basketball team. Kilmucky wins the national championship. Then the boys come. Understand. Then the track team goes and they excel.
Yeah.
So you can see. Meanwhile, you produce. Did Lil Daddy get the Heisman when he was at Baylor? Or no? Was he runner up?
Who?
Oh, RG3. He got the Heisman, I think. Yeah. I think he did.
So yes. It's not being far-fetched to say this team, if they win, when they win tonight, we'll get a movie. And
everybody in the world going to get
another thing I want to remind you guys about, like I said, one guy is amazing how I ran into him yesterday and we talked for about 20 minutes, and that was Avery Johnson. And Avery Johnson, he said, man, on the Chop Shop, you remind everybody who signed Butler.
Yes, he was going to Alabama.
Avery Johnson signed Butler.
Right.
Butler never made it to Alabama. He went to JUCO, and Baylor stole, got him out of the clearance rack.
Hey, let me tell you something. Avery Butler signed half of Alabama's team.
What?
He also had, remember,
Herb Jones, player of the year in the SEC.
Sure
He
did.
signed him. John Petty, he signed him.
That's
he signed
right.
most of the kids on that team that Alabama had. See, I say,
and the starting point, including the starting point guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers right now.
That's right. That's right.
That's
He signed
right.
all them dudes, man.
That's right. You're right.
And now,
Yeah,
Baylor, so why Avery Johnson names come up? So why doesn't Avery Johnson names come up for Texas Tech? Why doesn't Avery? Think about it. Just pay attention.
Yeah, we winning right now, Jimmy. We winning right now. We winning right now. We got
we winning.
Black coaches.
Yeah,
If
we
there's
winning
20
right now.
jobs, we probably got 15 of them.
But Chris, don't we need to keep putting the pedal on the metal while it's good?
Yeah, but we winning right now. Right now, we winning. Let me tell you something. If they go hire a black coach after they fire a white coach for kneeling, we winning right now. Just so y'all know that. We winning right now because that don't make no damn sense. Okay? No damn sense. Hey, I'm on at 6:30 tonight, man. Pre-game show at 6:30, CBS Sports Network.
6:30 your time, 5:30 our time.
5:30, then I'm on at midnight again after the game's over. So it's gonna be a good deal, man. But this is it tonight. Let's go Bears, man. I want to see Texas represented, man. I thought the Scott Street Bully was gonna do it. They couldn't get it done. Shout out to Kelvin Sampson, great year. We had two teams on the Final Four. God knows when the last time that happened. Texas basketball, Texas basketball has always been on the rise. We need these college teams to get to the Final Four, man. We need to show people. It ain't enough just to have great AAU teams, right, and great high school and kids go to the NBA. We need these college teams to hold serve like Texas Tech did.
Yeah.
To show them that
Yeah.
it ain't just about football down here, Jimmy.
Right.
We need it
That's
to
good.
happen.
So, Alice, speaking of U of H, before you go,
Okay.
Alvin Brooks goes to Lamar University.
Yes, sir.
What should Kelvin Sampson, who should he fill that assistant coaching spot with?
You know, I feel Bilal badly.
No, I'm talking to Chris.
Oh, Chris.
I mean, I love for him to promote Jamal, but you got to realize Hollis Price is still there. That's another kid that played for him.
So what do you do? What do you do?
I mean, Price. Hollis. Listen, I love Bilal. I love Hollis. It just depends on what he needs. You got Quantas there. You got his son there. I mean, I don't have a problem with promoting Hollis. They both POCs, people of color to me. So, whichever one that serves his interests best, and they both Kelvin Sampson dudes, either one of them is fine. It's not a yin or yang for me. It's just what Coach Sampson. One thing for sure, Coach Sampson's going to do what's in the best interest for the program. And he ain't picking no favorite. But Hollis Price, man, played in the Big 12. That's one of his favorites. But, I don't know their situations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which one works best for them or what kind of money.
That's a good point.
And again, it's just the world is different now. It ain't necessarily like Hollis Price is going to move the needle recruiting wise.
Right.
It's all about that transfer portal now.
Right.
You know what I mean? He may be great with the players. I don't know. All I know is Kelvin Sampson going to promote the right dude. And I will say this last thing, and I definitely got to jump off because I'm getting that ding from my side from that dude with the hat on. You stupid hatter. Shout out to Kelvin Sampson, because it was somewhat controversial when Talvin Hester was let go from Houston. And Kelvin Sampson, when Jim Nantz interviewed him, and he said, I want you to give a shout out to all your sisters, he said, shout out to Talvin Hester. That's the class right there.
Sure did. He sure did.
I was sitting right there at my desk, and I sit there and text Talvin and said, dude, they just shouted you out. He couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened was they did a nice special on Alvin Brooks and his son, but they did one thing wrong on CBS.
Oh, you know it.
When they showed his wife.
No, they showed They showed Alvin's mother. I mean, little Alvin's mother.
No.
Uh-huh.
That was his sister.
That was his sister.
That was his sister. And they put on that it was Rochelle, his wife.
No, they messed that up.
I was like, man, that ain't Rochelle. What the
No,
hell?
That's little Alvin's sister.
Oh, that's little Alvin's sister. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So they missed it.
Right
they had people saying, damn, that's Alvin Brooks' ex-wife. No.
Hey, man, don't be talking about that. Hey, man, shut up, Jim. Just leave it. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there.
And I want to remind you guys, if you're out there watching the grassroots team, of course, last day to sign up for the Kingwood Live basketball event, the first of 4 joint efforts for the JRB. That's Jim Hicks, of course, Rick Nelson, Brian Jolivet, Join Real Ballers, that whatever you want to call the acronym. That event takes place this weekend in Houston. Go to AboveAllSportsHoops.com. AboveAllSportsHoops.com. One thing I know about the JRB events, it will indeed be organized, and no stone will be unturned in regard to safety of everybody and events running in a timely fashion and a great grassroots basketball environment. That's the Kingwood.
Sound good, man.
We're in.
I got to
sign off,
man.
Thanks so much. Now, also tomorrow we're going to give you a lot of as normally our custom would be. We're going to show you a lot of from this past weekend's youth basketball events around the Houston area. If you're in other cities and wherever you was, and you have some video of some games that was going on, guess what? Not a damn mixtape. We're not here to promote people understand, this is a play, not a mixtape. Understand, give us a collection. If you're going to send us something about the whole team. Send us something with various players making buckets, not just one player making every bucket, unless he doing that much and it's a kid just putting in some serious work. Then we would take that. But anyway, it was a great Monday of plenty of stuff left on the table. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. But meanwhile, guys, I know what everybody's going to be doing. And how it just hit me. In Indiana right now, we are an hour ahead of Houston. Yeah. So it is, understand, we're on East Coast time. That means this game doesn't start till 9:20 tonight.
I love it. It gives me a chance to go do some stuff that I want to do. I want to go.
No, but it's 8:20 your time. I'm saying, but 8:20 your time.
But Jimmy,
9-something our time.
Jimmy, guess what? the sun don't go down to 7-something tonight. So guess what? I get to play golf from here on till the sun go down. Then can come home, take a shower, and watch my Baylor Bears. Yeah, I said it. My Baylor Bears. I'm going to repeat it. My Baylor Bears. Okay.
Hey, man, let me tell y'all something. I'm glad my plane ain't till tomorrow afternoon. I ain't got to worry about it. There's going to be a lot of
Jimmy, stop.
people in the airport.
Jimmy, stop. I'm sorry. Hey, everybody, prayers up to Derek Johnson's his big sister. She's still in surgery. Let's say Dr. Newsom, Mindy Collins. Let's pray for Derek Johnson's sister. Derek, put her name on the screen right quick. Man, the whole family. Pray for the whole family. Pray for Derek. Pray for DMX. Yes. Yeah, before we get off this air, make sure y'all put those people in your prayer. So, Jimmy, as customary, going in this show, man, I'm just glad to have you for a whole show today. Man, because you've been working the hell out of me over here, Pimp. You've been working your money down.
Guess what? I'm about to get everything started in a couple of hours, take old power nap, and then I'm going to get.
Wait a minute. How far is the arena? You can just walk to the arena, can't you? Or you take an Uber. Can you just walk?
Uber. We right here. Yeah, yeah, you can walk,
but no, you ain't walking that far.
About 6 blocks.
Man, you can walk that, man.
Almost, dude. If Baylor wins this game, I'm gonna need all the energy in my legs and more. Because all of the party, think about it. The game's gonna be over. That means it start at 9-something. It's gonna be over at 11-something. One shining moment gonna take you right to midnight. Then I gotta join the families and go to the private celebration. And that's going to be another hour or two. Dude, we're going to take this thing all night. All night. I already got, I got my purple sack, my purple with the bottle in it already waiting on me right now. It's going down tonight.
Wait, Jimmy, they said the UNC job is filled by who?
Wow.
I ain't thinking about you, Paul Miranda.
That was quick.
Who they fill it?
Y'all talk to us.
Tell us right quick. I just want to know. D. Lynn Johnson, that's Derek Johnson's sister. Let's pray for Miss Lynn right now.
Hubert Davis is expected to take over.
Wow.
At North Carolina.
I ain't seen that yet, Jimmy. I guess you got to.
One thing about it, hey, as Chris Walker just said, I mean, that's another black head coach.
Hey, man, that's all we're doing is evening it up a little bit. That's all. But, man, let's get out of here so I can go hit this ball. Hey, and guess what? I'm going to win. Baylor going to win. Everybody going to win. Jimmy going to get a sack. Jimmy, Baylor win tonight. I'm popping one of them bottles tonight. Since you pop, I'm popping one of them. I'm just going to put my champagne on ice right now for the Baylor Bears.
Well, that's what we're going to do. Meanwhile, guys, thanks so much. Make sure you share the show. If you hadn't done so already, share the show to your timelines and to your friends. Make sure you remind them, come on back and chop it up with us on the Chop Shop. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff tomorrow. We'll recap this game. I'm talking about we're not just recap. We want to go from the beginning. So make sure when you're watching this game, as I told you last week, you watch more than just the offense. Let's watch matchups. Let's watch who was guarding who. We're going to watch when did the tide take a turn in this game. Look for those moments tonight as you're watching it. Watch and see some of the substitution patterns. Remember, Gonzaga only played 7 guys, only 2 off the bench last game. So let's look and see who's matching up, who's doing a good job on so and so. Who's getting cooked. Let's watch all of this.
Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler. I mean, I just can't wait. I see y'all tonight. Don't bother me at that time of night. I'm watching the game.
You know what though? And Baylor, they got Kendall Brown coming in next year, Langston Love coming in next year, and you might as well say it's almost like LJ Cry is coming in next year because he didn't, he's not playing a reserve role. And let me tell you something, LJ Cry, they love him. Think about it like this, and this is something that I'm going to leave you guys with. LJ Cry has been since he arrived on campus. He's been practicing with and against a guard who's the defensive player of the year I said again, the defensive player of the year that you're having to go. So do you not understand? Getting in the game is an easier feat for LJ Cryer than it is for him in practice.
Yeah.
He's being guarded in practice by the defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
In Division I basketball.
And give him the business too, but keep going. Keep going.
And that's a lot of people don't realize that. Let me tell you, they have, this ain't one of those things, man. I told you, college coaches might lie to y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all might lie to them.
Yeah. Ain't got to lie to you.
It's certain people that they can't afford to lie to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you that Baylor is really, really invested and have huge plans for LJ Cryer next season.
Come on,
I'm dead serious on that. I'm talking about like serious plan for him next season. Yeah. And rightfully so. This thing, understand. So with certain people, why he ain't playing.
Yeah.
That's the most ignorant thing. That means you ignoring what's on the court. When I was told by another coach in that conference, it said LJ Cryer would have started this year for at least 4 to 5 schools in the Big 12 conference.
Easy.
This year.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
I agree.
So
his head is in a good place. Young fella head, he want to play, but his head is in a good place.
Yeah. And that's,
his head is in a good place.
So this, a lot of people, but guess what? You're behind this. How many guys you think will go and play behind, and even crack behind these guys that's on this court right now?
Not them
guys.
Man,
Baylor got some firepower, and I want to give a shout out to them. U of H, shout out to them. You realize how they had been in a controlled environment for 24 consecutive days.
Yeah.
24 days in a row, they had been living in a hotel in Indiana. You see?
That's a good point.
So, shout out them dudes, man. Great season. Baylor winning tonight, it helps the recruitment of U of H. Baylor winning tonight, it helps the recruitment of University of Texas. Baylor winning tonight helps the recruitment of a TCU, of a Texas Tech, of a SMU. It helps the recruitment of the state of Texas by them winning tonight. So guess what? That's what it does.
That's good.
That's what it does tonight. The state of Texas, and I'm talking about, don't even let up. I might not have no voice tomorrow. I might not have no voice, and I might sip so much I might grow a full beard overnight. That's how I'm going in.
Just be ready at 1 o'clock your time, 12 o'clock our time tomorrow. What 1:15? 1:15, because I know you ain't gonna come at 1. Just be ready. Just get your good nap, and we'll see you tomorrow. In 20, how many more hours? How many hours? 21 now.
22 hours, a little bit less than 22 hours now. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in to the Chop Shop. Share that show if you hadn't done so. Don't forget Kingwood Live this weekend. Go to the website if you're a grassroots team. You know where to go. Come on in, sign your team up. Let's get it in this weekend.
What's the venues? What's the venues, Jimmy? What's the venues?
At the gym.
Okay.
And of course, I think Crosby High School and surrounding schools in Crosby. So that'll be enough for that particular event. Okay. And once again, for more information, go to aboveallsportshoops.com. Above All Sport. It's easy on the eyes when you get there, and you'll be able to go and click on the various events. Click on Kingwood Live, and you can reserve your slot right now. Other than that, man, for Robert Haller, it's Jim Hicks. Of course, Chris Walker gave some good intel to us and gave his thoughts. But I appreciate everybody, man. See you guys tomorrow in championship mode. Peace. Chop Shop. We up out of here.
Yeah.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop.